मान्य सभासदों, मान्य उप सभापति जी।
नमस्कार जी। Supplementary demand of grants for General Sri Arun Jaitley.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I rise to lay on the table of the House a statement in English and Hindi showing the supplementary demands for grants general 2015-16.
Thank you. Now, priority based legislative business. Eh?
Just laying, sir.
Special mention is done at 5 p.m. Why
Sir,
now?
just laying. We have to go by the flight, sir. 4:30 we have to.
One or two? Only laying.
Only laying, sir.
Is the House agree? Yeah. No objection? No objection. Okay, then is it ready? Circulated? Eh? Okay. Circulate? You then do it? Circulate. Give the list. Give the list. Give the list. Now, what you have, see, you should say the special mention in my name is being laid on the table. Sri Pallavi Govindara Reddy? No. Srimati Bimala Kashyap? No. Srimati Shashikala Pushpa? Yes. Srimati Vijala Satyanath? Okay. Sri Anupava Mohanty? No. Sri Baswaraj Patil? Yes. Srimati Rajani Patel? No. Chaudhary Manvir Salim? No. Sri K.C. Tyagi? Later. Dr. Sanjay Singh? Sri Santuis Kujur? No. Srimati Renuka Chaudhary? Sri K.N. Balgopal? Okay. Sri P.L. Punia? Srimati Janadas Vaidya? No. Sri Avinash Pandey. Now, those who could not lay now, we will take up again before the adjournment of the House. Now, Sri Chicha. Now, yes, private members legislative business bill for introduction. National Authority for Rehabilitation and Welfare of Persons Living around the railway tracks bill. Sri Mansukhlal Mandavia to move.
Sir, I introduced the National Authority for the Rehabilitation and Welfare for the Persons Living around Railway Track Bill 2016.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Mr. You introduce the bill.
I introduced the bill.
Thank you.
Next.
Sri Mansukhlal Mandya to move for leave to introduce
Yes,
the teaching
sir.
of Sanskrit as a compulsory language in schools bill 2016.
I introduced the teaching of the Sanskrit as the compulsory language in school bill 2016.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
I introduced the bill.
So Mansukhlal Mandavia to
Sir.
move for leave to introduce the Constitution Amendment Bill 2016.
Sir, I introduced the Constitution Amendment Bill 2016, amendment of Article 72.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is introduced.
I introduced the bill, sir.
Mr. Subramanian Reddy to move for leave to introduce the Youth
Yes, sir.
Development and Welfare Bill
I
2016.
move for leave to introduce the bill on the Youth Development and Welfare Bill 2016.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
I introduce the bill.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Please
So
introduce.
I introduce the bill.
Ayes have it. Sri Bhupender Yadav
Sir, I
to move for leave to introduce the Vexatious Litigation Prevention Bill 2016.
Sir, I introduced the Vexatious Litigation Prevention Bill 2016.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
Sir, I introduced the bill.
Shri Bhupender Yadav to move for leave to introduce the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2016.
Sir, I introduce the Right of Children Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2016.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
Sri Rangasai Ramakrishna to move for leave to introduce the Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2016.
Sir, I move for leave to introduce the Representation of People Amendment Bill 2016, a bill to further amend the Representation of People Act 1950.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
I introduce the bills.
Sri B.K. Hariprasad to move for leave to introduce the Constitution Amendment Bill 2016. Not present. Sri Usain Dalwai to move for leave to introduce the Indian Penal Code Amendment Bill 2016.
Sir, I move the motion. Sir, I beg to move for leave to introduce a bill to omit that provisions of the Indian Penal Code which criminalizes attempt to commit suicide so that we can move towards humanizing our criminal justice system.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
Professor Rajiv Gowda, not present. Dr. Balchandar Mungekar to move for leave to introduce the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Caste-Based Discrimination in Educational Institutions Bill 2016.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, I seek to move to introduce the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Caste-Based Discrimination in Education Institutions Bill 2016 to effectively prevent the caste-based discrimination in education institutions and for matters connected therewith and incidental thereto.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those in favor will please say aye.
Aye.
Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Introduce the bill.
Sir, I introduce the bill.
Thank you very much. Sri K.K. Ragesh to move a motion for consideration of the self-financing Professional Educational Institutions Control and Regulations Bill 2015.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. This bill to regulate fees and admissions in private self-financing institutions was introduced in this August House on 25th of February, on 18th of December 2015. And I had a start question on 25th of February. I was asking for total number of professional seats, especially engineering seats available in the engineering colleges of our country. And I was also asking how many seats are lying vacant in those institutions. And the answer given to me, it was a start question, but I did not get any opportunity to ask this question in the floor because of the time constraint. But the answer given to me is extremely shocking, because out of the total seats available in the engineering colleges are 18,07,071. Out of these 18 lakh seats, only 91 lakh 9,91,003 seats are filled up. Means rest of the seats, that means 8,63,079 seats are lying vacant. What does it mean, sir? Only 51% of the total seats available in the engineering colleges are filled up. And rest of the 49% of the total seats are lying vacant. That is the one important issue that made me to bring bring the notice of this August House through this bill. And all these vacant seats, these seats are not in government engineering colleges. If we look at the figures of the government engineering colleges, around almost 100% of the total seats are filled up with students. And where it happened? It happened in private self-financing engineering colleges. And it means that most of the private self-financing engineering colleges has only admitted students less than 50%. Means around 60% of the total seats available in private self-financing engineering colleges are lying vacant, which is a shocking thing which needs to be considered by this August House. And again, an AICT data was reported in a newspaper, a national newspaper, daily, which again bring about an alarming state of affairs that exist in the private self-financing institutions. The report states that in major 8 states, 90% of the total education institutions have at least one duplicate teacher. And again, in many institutions, 50% of the total faculty are duplicate. Means their names are enrolled in 2 or more institutions, which is again alarming. And a recent NASCOM survey, it is revealed that only 17.5% of our engineering graduates are employable. It is something really shocking, sir. And as we all know, during the last 1 decade and odd, we have been witnessing the mushrooming of engineering seats, engineering colleges in our country. And that is not because of government did not set up any new education institution, engineering colleges. But it is mainly because of the mushrooming of the private self-financing institutions, which are mainly capitation fee colleges, quote unquote capitation fee colleges. In these institutions, sir, meritorious students, if he is needy, meritorious students are denied of education, denied of admission. Means money power, merit is replaced with money power in this institution. You won't get admission if you have merit alone. You have to pay the exorbitant fee being charged in those institutions. And what does it mean? Means these institutions, because of the higher fee being charged, cannot attract meritorious students in those institutions. 1 point. And again, needy students are denied of education, and poor quality of faculty is existing in those institutions. And it resulted in the deterioration of the quality of education in this institution. I am talking about the engineering colleges in our country. And why it happens, sir? It is because of it is an upshot outcome of the neoliberal policy which was being implemented during the last one decade and odd. In the year 2000, our Prime Minister's Council for Trade and Industry, it has come up with a document saying that this, I don't know whether I can call it as notorious Ambani Birla Committee report or not? Yes, I can use the word.
Famous.
Famous is something positive. I don't find it as something positive. Ambani Birla Committee report means two industrialists are assigned by the Prime Minister's Council for Trade and Industry to study about the business possibilities, trade possibilities of education. And accordingly, that particular committee has come up with a report which is called as the Ambani Birla Committee report, which in fact suggested the central government to change the policy orientation. That report was called as Policy Framework for Reforms in Education. What was the reform that was suggested in that particular report? It had suggested to change the education on the basis of user pay principle, quote unquote, user pay principle. So that is the basic orientation which was given in this report. And in fact, whatever policies being implemented in the field of education was in fact on the basis of that particular Ambani Birla Committee report. And again, it is the TMA Pai case judgment which has aggravated the ongoing commercialization of education in our country. The TMA Pai case judgment, which was a 11-member constitution bench, it had given the verdict saying that private management has got every autonomy to admit students according to their own whims and fancies. 100% of the seats are being given to the private managements to admit. If we look at the state of affairs regarding lot many judicial verdicts during this period, in 1992, we had witnessed a very important judgment which is called Mohini Jain case judgment. It is the judgment, that is a very, very significant judgment, very important judgment. In that judgment, the Supreme Court held that right to education is a fundamental right. In fact, in that particular judgment, the court was invoking Article 21 of our Constitution, which talks about right to live. Every citizen of our country has a fundamental right to live. It has given a particular definition saying that right to live means what? Right to live includes right to live decently. And decent living means living with education. Education is one of the important parameters for ensuring decent living, and hence the court held that under Article 21 of our Constitution, right to education is a fundamental right. But again, after 4 years, in 1996, in the Unnikrishnan case, the same judgment was modified. I am saying not overruled, but modified. The judgment in Unnikrishnan case, it had said that for admitted students in private private institutions, merit should be the criteria for admitted students, and students must be admitted on the basis of a common entrance test conducted by a competent authority. And a particular scheme was proposed by this particular judgment, which is popularly known as Unnikrishnan scheme. It is 50% free seats and 50% payment seats. Free seats means students are admitted in those institutions on the basis of the rank list prepared by the state government, and fee chargeable in those seats are as that of the similar to the fees chargeable in the government colleges for the equivalent course. And payment seat means it is that is based on a cross-subsidy concept. Payment seat is being made on the basis of the cross-subsidy concept. And reservation. Norms of reservation was also introduced in that particular judgment. But one very important question came before the court during that time. The question was that whether education, imparting education, setting up of education institution and administering education institution, whether it can be considered as a fundamental right under Article 19(1)(g) of our Constitution, which talks about freedom to profess, practice any trade or occupation, etc. The court was of the opinion at that time. Court firmly stated that we are not going for a conclusive opinion, but we are very much sure that education must never be a trade, occupation or business in our country. But unfortunately, sir, after that, in 2002, a 11-member, which is the judgment that I was referring in the beginning, a 11-member judgment in this TMFI case, in fact, made an astonishing U-turn and overruled all the concepts made by the Supreme Court in its previous judgment, be it in the Unnikrishnan case or it in the Mohini Jain case. Unnikrishnan scheme was made as unconstitutional, and private institutions are allowed to charge a fee which amounts to reasonable surplus. That particular term reasonable is not defined. We don't know what the reasonable surplus is. Reasonable surplus. And further, 19(1), the court again held that imparting education, establishing an education institution is the right of a private individual. It is being considered as a fundamental right under Article 19(1)(g) of our Constitution, sir, which in fact overruled the concept of Mohini Jain judgment. Yes, in Mohini Jain judgment, it never considered, while considering this particular aspect, Mohini Jain judgment was trying to invoke Article 21 of our Constitution, and the particular bench was thinking of the needy students who are deprived of admissions in these private institutions because of their inability to pay. And that is why the court held that it is a fundamental right. But here, in this particular judgment, our Supreme Court, 11-member bench of the Supreme Court was so eager about the right of the private players, education traders, who are eager to collect more and more capitation fee from the students. And the court held that it is their fundamental right under Article 19(1)(g). It is their fundamental right to set up an education institution. It is their right to collect fee according to their own whims and fancies. It is their right to admit students according to their own definition of merit, etc. That is what happened, sir, in that particular judgment, and Unnikrishnan case was also overruled in that particular judgment. And court held that government cannot intervene. No government is allowed to intervene. Why? Because court held that intervention of the government in case of admission, in prescribing a fee structure, cannot be considered as a reasonable restriction under Article 19(2) of our Constitution. And again, in that particular judgment, the concept of autonomy was misinterpreted. It was the Kothari Commission, Radhakrishnan Commission report, which had suggested for ensuring autonomy for our higher education institutions, particularly universities of our country. The commission was of the opinion that our universities are the dwelling places of ideas and idealism. Our universities are the centers where knowledge creation is being taken place. And the government is aiding those institutions by providing budgetary allocation for institutions. It does not mean that, yes, government is providing all financial assistance to the universities, but it should not give any right to the government to intervene in the academic matter of those institutions, universities, and hence academic autonomy of our university must be ensured. And that was the real recommendation of the Radhakrishnan Commission report. But unfortunately, the same academic autonomy was misinterpreted in this particular judgment. Court was saying that autonomy means it is the right of the private institutions to admit students according to their own definition of merit. How the government can intervene? And that is why government should not be allowed to intervene, because that will affect the autonomy of the private institutions. And even that particular word autonomy was misinterpreted in this particular judgment.
How much more time you want?
I will take 2-3 more minutes, sir. 2-3 more minutes.
He has to reply also. Very, very important issue, sir. I know. That's why I'm asking how much time he wants.
And answer. In fact, see, the court was of the opinion that, quote, I can quote a particular word, sentence from the judgment. It is well established all over the world that those who seeks for professional education must pay for it, quote unquote. What does it mean? Those who cannot pay, they should be denied of education. That is the main aspect. And again, the court held that the idea of an academic degree as a private good that benefits the individual rather than a public good for society is now widely accepted. What does it mean? It is the same Bretton Woods institutions argument that is being echoed in the higher judiciary of our country, sir. It is the same argument of user pay principle which is being echoed in the higher judiciary of our country, sir. And that is the very reason that in private institutions, poor, needy students are denied of education. These institutions are charging exorbitant fee. Capitation fee is being banned. But they are asked to admit students according to their own definition of merit. They decide the fee. And they are charging higher fee. They are charging above the fee which was prescribed. And no receipt is being given. Education mafia is working in this field. And sir, we are not concerned about this. This is a very important issue. And that is why a lot of students are seeking for admission. Students are there. They need admission in those institutions. But they are not admitted. Why? Because they are not in a position to provide the exorbitant fee, the higher fee, the capitation fee, which was asked by these institutions, sir. So what is the role of the government at this particular juncture? It is not a spectator's role that a government has to play at this particular time. Government must intervene and ensure our universities, higher education institutions, they should not be made as mere teaching shops. They are the dwelling places of ideas and idealism. If this particular situation persists, continues for more, sir, even our intellectual self-reliance is going to be affected. Because these institutions, higher education institutions, are the centers of knowledge creation. If it continues, we have to depend upon foreign countries, developed world, for further areas of newer area of knowledge. We have to strengthen all these institutions. It has to be strengthened only by regulating these institutions. And such regulation can only be possible by imposing, by bringing about a stringent regulation, stringent law that should be empowered the states, including the central government and the state government, to regulate fees and admissions in these private institutions. After the TMFI case judgment, in fact, it had opened a Pandora's box of litigations, not many litigations. I'm not talking about all those things because of the time constraint. Islamic Academy case has come up, a 5-member constitution bench. Again, another constitution bench, which was PA Inamdar case, 7-member constitution bench. Means 11-member constitution bench judgment is being again interpreted by these two benches. And many states, Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, all these states came up with certain effort for regulating these institutions. In fact, Kerala government at that time, they have come up with a legislation which provides reservation for the backward sections, needy students, poor students, and which also provided for a fair and transparent admission procedure, etc. But it was questioned in the court. The High Court had annulled, made unconstitutional some of the very important, vital provisions, vital clauses in that particular legislation, and hence, throughout the country, what is happening? And what is the outcome? Students are denied of admissions because of the higher fee. So, see, around 40, more than 49% of the total seats in private engineering colleges are lying vacant. Sir, why can't we make a provision for these poor students to get admitted in these institutions with a meager fee? Why can't we make? Because seats are lying vacant. Why can't we make it? And again, fortunately, in 2006, we had made a constitution amendment, 93rd Constitution Amendment, which empowers the state. Nothing in this article 19(1)(g) means it was about that reasonable restriction, shall prevent the state from making any special provision by law for the advancement of any socially and educationally backward classes of citizens or for the scheduled castes or scheduled tribes, insofar as such special provisions relate to their admission to education institutions, including private education institutions, whether aided or unaided by the state, other than the minority education institutions referred to in clause 1 of Article 30. It means government has every power to bring about a legislation. It is empowered. The constitution mandate is already there, and constitution had already empowered the state government. Sorry, I will take 2 more minutes. Concluding. I'm concluding.
You will reply later. You can add some more points when you are replying.
Yes, I'm concluding.
You will get a chance to reply. At that time, you can say some more.
Okay, I'm talking about this bill. 3 points.
Just move the motion. Let the members speak.
This particular bill seeks 5 important vital issues. 1, merit should be the criteria for admission. That is the one important thing. And free seats. There is a provision for free seats are being made. 60% of the total seats in these institutions are made as free seats. And these free seats should be made available for needy students, including socially and educationally backward sections of our society, those students, for those students. And admissions process should be fair and transparent. And a provision for that is also made in this particular legislation. And there is a total ban on collection of capitation fee, and these are the vital points that is being made in this particular bill. And I am requesting all the members to support this particular bill, and I again request this August House to adopt this particular bill for the future of our country, for the future of the students of our country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Motion moved. Now, Mr. Subramanian Reddy, please.
I fully support, sir, the Self-Financing Professional Education Institutions Control Regulations Bill, 2015, moved by Mr. K.K. Ragesh. First, I would like to request the Deputy Chairman, who is responding from government side, sir? There is nobody from the education, from the HR department, HR ministry. Then what is about talking all this time? Who is going to
there?
reply? Huh?
The MO is there.
Acha.
MO is there.
Okay, okay, MO is there. अब दूर बैठ गए आप थोड़ा सामने
Sir,
बैठना है.
Kataria is here. Kataria is the MOS.
Okay, okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. Sir,
Please proceed.
we all know the education is such an important thing today. Government cannot afford to give education to in the entire country, they can't afford. Therefore, now in India, in every state, everywhere, there are private colleges, engineering, medical, and also graduates, all these things. So here, what the bill says, most important is, even though various colleges, engineering, medical colleges, have been controlled by various other mechanisms by the government of India, and state governments, they need necessary to have a comprehensive regularization system for this thing. That is the main concept of this. I also must say, education is an important means, as I said, the opportunities for our young boys, girls to get education, including higher education and technical education, are provided by both state governments and central governments and the community in general. There is a need to bring, as I said just now, to bring comprehensive legislation to control and regulate professional and educational institutions. Though there are many regulations for the university and higher education sector, there is no comprehensive legislation to control and regulate the self-financing professional and educational institutions like engineering college, medical college, architecture, fashion designing, etc. Education is still in the concurrent list, and therefore both the center and states can make laws with regard to education, including higher education. However, central government can determine standards for the higher education institutions, while the state governments can make it as a model and implement them. Now, I would like to say about UGC, AICTE, Medical Council of India. Even though there are authorities regulating and controlling the higher education institutions, there is the University Grants Commission, UGC, which regulates universities and colleges teaching general subjects. It has the power to determine and maintain standards and disperse the grants. However, the technical education is regulated by the All India Council for Technical Education. According to data available as on 2010, there are 336 universities, 130 deemed universities, and 33 institutions of national importance like IIT, NIT, which can also award degree. But unfortunately, though we have got 336 universities and 130 deemed universities, in the world, 100 universities are top, we are not one of the 100. That means still we are much below in the quality. We come to institutions offering medical, dental, nursing, pharmacy, legal, teachers, education. They are regulated by the Medical Council of India, Dental Council of India, Bar Council, etc. Now coming to the quality of education in universities and the professional institutions needs to be improved. No Indian university, as I told just now, in the top 100 universities. The review committee set up by the Minister of Human Resources Development in 2009 has found that 88 of 130 deemed universities to be poor quality and suffering from problems such as control of management boards by nominees of sponsoring trust or government functionaries. So here, that's why I am highlighting the quality is very important. It is the duty of the Government of India, the Minister of Human Resources, to focus on the quality to achieve in all the self-financed institutions, how much the quality? So this quality including, I would like to know the response of the government in the future, what are the plans? National Knowledge Commission and Ashpal Committee have made certain recommendations for improving the quality of education and making higher education available at affordable cost to all citizens. National Knowledge Commission submitted a series of reports in 2006-2009, and Ashpal Committee submitted its report in 2009, and few recommendations I would like to tell to the House. Establish a National Commission of Higher Education, research through constitutional amendment to replace UGC, AICTE, NCTE, and DE. Professional bodies such as MIC, BCI should conduct qualifying examinations. They should create norms of accreditation and certify according to agencies, independent of government. There are also suggestions to constitute a National Education Tribunal to educate the disputes. Education should be made affordable to all aspiring students, either through scholarships or loans. The best college should be upgraded to university status. Government structures should preserve the autonomy and accountability of universities. So Vice Chancellors should be appointed through a search process and merit loan. So this is the very important Ashpal Commission recommendation. So I would like to draw the attention of the government that they must bear in mind, and also I want a response from them. What are their future plans, when they are going to attain this quality, and when they are going to get India also in the world map out of 100 universities, where also will be one university with the top quality. The bill provides for 60% of total seats as free of seats and 40% of them to be payment seats. It's a wonderful idea, giving 60% total seats for free seats. As our friend said, actually, now 50% of actually seats are vacant. So why not we give them to the free seats? The colleges are simply keeping quiet. So I want the government response, what is the action they're going to take in future? Then the bill provides, in this bill, I agree with him, the free seats should be filled up on the basis of ranking obtained. Then fee structure for admission to engineering medical college needs to be regularized so that the poor students are not exploited by the management. Structure for getting payment seat is really a complicated process. Because, sir, I would like to say, when you give 60% free seats and 40% payment seats, then the finance has to come from candidates availing the payment seats. However, in the name of management quota, there are complaints that the management is extracting lakhs of rupees from candidates. That is not proper. It should be regulated by the government. Also, this bill provides for constituting expert committee to recommend fee structure in the minority of self-financing institutions. This is most important. The fee actually is not uniform in the country. Each district, each state, and each different part of the country has got different fees. So there should be at least a uniformity procedure for the fees in all over the country. It's a good point what they actually mentioned in the bill. I strongly support this item. India's gross enrollment ratio in higher education is very low at 13%. It's a high time that higher education should be made available to all the youths of India, whoever is interested, because India's gross enrollment ratio, higher education is about 13%, whereas in USA is 81%, in UK 54%, in Japan 49%, in Malaysia is 27%. So after bifurcation of state, under the AP State Reorganization Act, many education institutions are to be set up in Andhra, but not much progress has been made. Even though they are telling that we have already laid the foundation stone, we are given 3 crores, 4 crores.
Over?
1 minute, sir. Very important. Yes. Sorry. See, the government of India to Andhra Pradesh, they go in Institute of Technology, 12 crores they have provided. The Institute of Technology, they have provided, they say they will provide 226 crores, nothing has come. Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kurnool, they are given 3 crores. They have started the project. What is 3 crores? Indian Institute of Science, education, research, they have given only 18 crores. Indian Institute of Management, Visakhapatnam, they have given hardly 13 crores. Central University is also, they are giving very small amount. So in other words, for namesake, they claim that we have started all committed institutions, but absolutely they are in very, very by initial stage. At this rate, it will take another 5-6 years or 10 years. Nobody knows when they will come. So they must have a comprehensive plan. That is for all these technical institutions. When they are going to complete, total amount is required, how they are providing. In this budget, nothing they have provided. Therefore, this is also very important to us. So keeping in view the ratio to students of higher education, the government should facilitate and create infrastructure for opening more higher education institutions in the country. If you take the Andhra Pradesh, as I told just now, after bifurcation under AP State Reorganization Act, many institutions are to be set up, but nothing has happened. Namesake, they are saying that they have started. So I do not accept that they have started. I call upon the government that they must give a comprehensive plan, as I told us. The government should focus attention on the expansion, inclusiveness, and quality educational to all aspiring young boys and girls in the country. I am raising all these points to focus attention on the expansion, inclusiveness, and quality education to all aspiring citizens in the country. To sum up, I agree with the Honourable Member, Mr. Ragesh, that there is an urgent need to control and regulate education institutions. So, in conclusion, I would like to say, Mr. Ragesh says there is a wonderful bill. What we need is commitment of the government. How we must have the quality, number one. How we will attain the quality in the country. We got 300 universities. We got thousands of colleges. But quality compared to international level were very low. So what efforts the ministry is doing to build up the quality is number one. Number two, how they are going to, what regulation they are going to have for the uniformity in the fees for the medicine, medical, and also for the engineering. And third, how they are going to control some colleges where they think undue advantage, malpractices they are doing, in collecting more money from the students. This also they must have the mechanism. So lastly, they must have a overall mechanism, a regulation system. As yesterday they passed the bill, we passed the bill for the real estate, a regulation commission. Like that, the entire nation, there should be a centralized regulation commission with all full powers, who will control and who will focus on attaining the quality and controlling the fees and controlling the colleges managements, who will not take any undue advantage and get a good image. And we must attain to get in the world 100 universities. India also must include in the 100 universities one university. Thank you to all.
Please. Thank you. Sri Bansraj Patil. Basavraj Patil.
मान्य उपसभापति जी, आदरणीय श्री के राजेश जी ने बहुत परिश्रम करके शिक्षा के संबंधित एक बिल इस हाउस में प्रस्तुत किया है। उनका परिश्रम का मैं स्वागत करता हूं। परंतु आज जो रोज की शिक्षा क्षेत्र में चल रहा है, उसी पर वो अपना अध्ययन कर एक बड़े परिश्रम से बिल लाए हैं। मैं जहां तक सोचता हूं, इस बिल के अंदर जितनी परिपूर्णता होना चाहिए, इसका बहुत बड़ा अभाव दिखाई देता है। कई दिनों से देश में चर्चा चल रहा है न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी। मैं सोचता हूं कि सरकार की नई शिक्षा नीति निश्चित कोई एक अर्थपूर्ण शिक्षा नीति होगी, जिसमें आपका भी समस्याओं का समाधान लेकर सरकार आएगी, ऐसा मैं समझता हूं। इन बातों को रखते हुए मैं यहां पर अपने विचारों को प्रस्तुत करने का कोशिश करता हूं। जैसे कि शिक्षा ज्ञान के लिए होता है। अभी जैसा इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के बारे में बड़ा स्ट्रेस दिया गया, काफी सीट खाली है, क्यों नहीं भर्ती किया जाता है?
अगर मैं सच कहूं तो भारत के अंदर आज 55 लाख इंजीनियर जॉबलेस है और वो 5,000 रुपए के महीने के तनख्वाह में नौकरी करने के लिए तैयार है। ऐसे स्थिति में कोई जाने वाला ही नहीं है पढ़ने के लिए। ऐसे स्थिति में इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में खाली पड़े हुए सीट को भेजना और विद्यार्थी का भविष्य को बर्बाद करना है। तो इस नाते से प्रोफेशन यानी वृत्ति कहा जाता है, प्रोफेशन। दुर्भाग्य से हमारे देश के अंदर शिक्षा ज्ञान के लिए होना चाहिए, लेकिन अभी तक डिग्री, पढ़ाई, नौकरी इस नाम से शिक्षा हुआ है। आज थोड़ा बहुत चर्चा चल रहा है तो स्किल के नाम पर चल रहा है। अगर मैं सच कहूं तो शिक्षा ज्ञान के लिए होना चाहिए, नौकरी के लिए नहीं होना चाहिए। ये अपनी मूलभूत सरकार के नीति में परिवर्तन आना और देश के सबके लोगों के सोच में, एटीट्यूड में बदलाव आना, ये देश के लिए अत्यंत आवश्यक है। जब तक ये एटीट्यूड चेंज नहीं होगा, कभी भी भारत दुनिया का पहला देश नहीं बन सकता है। इस बात को मैं ध्यान में रखते हुए मैं आज कई चीज के बारे में मैं कहना चाहता हूं। जितने भी हायर एजुकेशन के बारे में, कॉलेजेस के बारे में आपने कहा है, हमारे कर्नाटक के अंदर टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेजेस है। आज 5.5 लाख लोग जॉबलेस है। कोई निश्चित नीति नहीं है सरकार के पास। अगर किसी चीज की, मार्केट की, पढ़ाई किसी क्षेत्र में डिमांड है तो उसका एक 20% ज्यादा हो, ये ठीक है। प्रोडक्शन मनमाने बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, लोग अंधे से कॉलेज खोलते जा रहे हैं, फिर बाद में ऐसी स्थिति हो रही है ना टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग कॉलेज में विद्यार्थी है, ना इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में विद्यार्थी है। ये एक दयनीय स्थिति है। दूसरा, किसान के बेटे के नाम से एग्रीकल्चर कॉलेज में पढ़ने के लिए जाते हैं। अगर मैं सच कहूं, हर 100 में एक आदमी भी खेती करने के लिए वापस नहीं आता है। ये तो एक प्रकार मां धरती माता के साथ अपमान की बात है। कारण ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? हमने 1000 सालों में अलग अलग लोगों के हाथ में काम करते करते एक नौकरी ही सर्वश्रेष्ठ, ऐसी हमारी दयनीय मानसिकता बनी है। इस देश को इस एटीट्यूडनल चेंज से निकालना होगा। मैं कई बार विद्यालयों में बच्चों से पूछता हूं, बच्चे आप बड़ा होने के बाद देना पसंद करते हैं कि मांगना पसंद करते हैं? तो बच्चे कहते हैं कि हम देना पसंद करते हैं। फिर जब मैं कहता हूं देने वाले का हाथ ऊपर रहता है कि लेने वाले का हाथ ऊपर रहता है, तो बच्चे कहते हैं देने वाले का हाथ ऊपर रहता है। फिर देने वाला मालक होता है कि मांगने वाला मालक होता है? बच्चे कहते हैं देने वाला मालक होता है। लेकिन आज हमारे देश के सारे घर के माँ बाप बच्चों को नौकर बनाना चाहती है, या तो सरकारी नौकरी या प्राइवेट कंपनी के अंदर। और यह भी मालूम है साक्षात सृष्टिकर्ता भगवान भी आकर देश के सभी लोगों को नौकरी नहीं दे सकता है। आज जो आंकड़े अपने देश में सच्ची स्वरूप में सामने हैं, उस आंकड़े के आधार पर हर 100 आदमी में, जनसंख्या की आदमी में केवल किसी भी सरकार आए, राज्य और राष्ट्र की सरकार, प्राइवेट कंपनी, इंडस्ट्री, सब प्रकार को मिलाकर 100 में 8 से ज्यादा लोगों को नौकरी नहीं दिया जा सकता है। लेकिन आज नौकरी के पीछे 60 लोग पागल हैं। हर 100 पॉपुलेशन के अंदर 52 लोगों को यह निश्चित है नौकरी नहीं मिलने वाला है, लेकिन नौकरी की नशा लेकर वो निराशा होकर वापस घर जा रहे हैं। पढ़ाई इसलिए होता है कि विद्यार्थी का मनोबल जैसे जैसे ज्यादा पड़ता है वैसा बढ़ते बढ़ते जाना चाहिए। लेकिन आज क्या हो रहा है दुर्भाग्य से, मुझे रोज मिलने के लिए आईएएस पढ़ने वाले विद्यार्थी आते हैं। जब आईएएस का रिजल्ट नहीं आता है तो मुंह छोटा होता है। इधर मैं लगभग 2000 विद्यार्थियों से बात किया। जब मैं उनसे कहा कि आप 2000 लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं, बहुत हुए तो आप में से 5 लोग पास होंगे, तब तो बच्चों को गुस्सा आता है कि हमें पत्थर मारने की। मैंने कहा कि आप बताओ, आप आकाश की पंछी बनना चाहते हो कि पिंजरे की पंछी बनना चाहते हो? अगर आप आईएएस पास करोगे तो एक ऑफिस में बैठकर 15 साल तक डीसी बनकर एक जिले में काम कर सकती है। पढ़ाई जब ज्ञान के लिए होता है, अगर परीक्षा में पास भी नहीं होता है तो उस ज्ञान को सारी दुनिया में वो अपने को उपयोग कर सकता है। तो बच्चों ने कहा कि हम आकाश की पंछी बनना चाहते हैं, तो हमारी बच्चों को आकाश की पंछी बनाने के लिए पढ़ाना होगा। विशाल दुनिया के अंदर अपना वर्चस्व को जमाने के लिए खड़ा करना होगा। और आज जो केवल नौकरी 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 इस नाते से जिसको नौकरी नहीं मिलता है उसका चेहरा मुरझा जाता है, निराशा में रहता है। कई लोग तो 40-45 साल तक एकदम दर दर भटकते हैं, खेत बेचते हैं, जमीन बेचते हैं। दूसरी तरफ धरती माता की सेवा करने के लिए कोई नहीं है, इधर नौकरी के लिए पागल के समान पीछे लगे हैं। तो हमारे देश के एटीट्यूड को चेंज करना होगा। आज हमारे देश के अंदर इस नौकरी के नाम पर पिछले 50-60 साल के अंदर जो ट्रेडिशनल प्रोफेशन थे, हजारों सालों से घरेलू उद्योग थे, उनका भी हम नाश कर दिया। अब नए सिरे से सोच रहे हैं कि स्किल डेवलपमेंट करो, ट्रेडिशनल स्किल को भी डिग्री दो, ट्रेडिशनल स्किल को भी सर्टिफिकेट दो। एक तरफ 50-60 साल में हमने हत्या किया, अब फिर उसको पुनर्जन्म देने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं। कितना बड़ा अपराध आज हमारे पीढ़ी के साथ करके आज करोड़ों विद्यार्थी जवान आज रोड पर खड़े होने की स्थिति हमारे देश में हमने तैयार किया है। इसे हमें बहुत सीरियसली सोचना होगा। मैं माननीय शिक्षा मंत्री से आग्रह करूंगा, नया शिक्षा नीति जो होगी, मैं ये विश्वास करता हूं वो शिक्षा नीति ज्ञान के लिए होना चाहिए, वो शिक्षा नीति आकाश की पंछी बनाने के लिए होना चाहिए, जो मस्ती स्वतंत्रता के अंदर अपना जीवन का भविष्य निर्माण करे। अभी मैं एक विद्यालय में 12वीं विद्यार्थी से सवाल पूछा तो विद्यार्थी मुझसे कही कि पाटिल जी मैं आगे क्या करूं, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता है। सच है कि कोई भी बच्चे के मन में सुनने के लिए तैयार नहीं होते हैं। बच्चा जैसा ही घर में जन्म लेता है तो माँ कुछ बनानी चाहती है अपने बच्चों को। बाजू घर में अगर कोई मेडिकल किया हुआ है पड़ोस में तो मेरा बेटा भी मेडिकल करना चाहिए। बाप बोलता है नहीं बेटा इतना पैसा नहीं है, तुम इंजीनियरिंग करो। घर में दादा दादी बोलते हैं नहीं बेटा तू घर में रहना, तुम टीचर बनो, लेक्चरर बनो। स्कूल कॉलेज में जब पढ़ने जाता है किसी विषय में ज्यादा नंबर लेता है, टीचर बोलता है तुम मैथमेटिक्स में एमएससी करो। लेकिन इस बच्चे का मन में क्या है आज कोई सुनने वाला नहीं है। तो जब तक उसके अंदर की भावना को समझे बिना हम जबरदस्ती बच्चों पर थोपने जा रहे हैं, इसके लिए परिणाम विपरीत निकल रहे हैं। इन सब चीजों का शिक्षा की नीति में आज की आपका बिल में अभाव दिखाई देता है। अभी एक आश्चर्यजनक उदाहरण बताता हूं। एक रमेश बलीद नाम का 16 साल तक भैंस चराते हुए फिरता था, कभी स्कूल का दरवाजा नहीं देखा था। उसके पास बेंगलुरु का एक एनजीओ वाले ने आया और उस बच्चे से कहा, उसका गांव में 110 मकान है। इस लड़के से कहा कि तुमको हम अंग्रेजी पढ़ाने ले जाते। 16 साल का लड़का एक दिन भी स्कूल नहीं गया, केवल भैंस चरा के रहा अपने कंधे पर लाठी रखकर। जब ये जाने के लिए हिचकिचा रहा था अपने माँ को छोड़कर, इसका छोटा भाई ने कहा बड़े भाई हम भी पढ़े नहीं, तुम भी पढ़े नहीं हो, तुम जाओ मैं माँ की चिंता करूंगा। आप आश्चर्य करेंगे, यह बालक 16 साल के बाद पढ़ाई के लिए गया। केवल 4 महीने वो इंग्लिश पढ़ा। आज कर्नाटक प्रदेश के अंदर ही इज नंबर 1 पॉपुलर स्पीकर इन कर्नाटका टू द कॉलेजेस इंस्टीट्यूशन एवरीथिंग। 4 महीने के अंदर ही इज वेल नोन नेम, रमेश बलीद नाम से। अंबानी परिवार वालों ने उसे 50,000 तनख्वाह देकर नौकरी करके लिए कहा। लेकिन उस बालक ने कहा कि मेरी माँ कही है कि मुझे मेरे गांव में रहकर गांव की बच्चा को चिंता करो, मैं आपके नौकरी को नहीं आऊंगा, मेरे गांव में रहकर मेरे बच्चों के साथ कभी बात सुनाने के लिए आऊंगा, लेकिन मेरे गांव को नहीं छोड़ूंगा। तो इस प्रकार मौलिक विचारों को बच्चों के मन में भरना। क्यों? उस आदमी को 4 महीने में ज्ञान कैसे आया? उसके दिमाग के ऊपर माँ ने कुछ नहीं लिखा था, बाप ने कुछ नहीं लिखा था, दादा दादी ने कुछ नहीं लिखा था। बच्चा एक क्लीन स्लेट होता है। हम ही लोग अपने बच्चों का भविष्य को बर्बाद कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए बच्चे के मन में क्या है, थोड़ा भी अगर हम नहीं सोचेंगे तो केवल हमारे लिए नहीं, इस देश के लिए भी हम अन्याय करते हैं। इसीलिए मैं फिर एक बार कहता हूं, अपने जो एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम की जो सोच है, उनकी जो शिक्षा की नीति है, लीड इंडिया नाम का जिस संस्था से वो पढ़ाई को प्रोत्साहित करते हैं, वो कहते हैं कि पहले बच्चों से इंटरेक्ट करो, उनकी मन की भावना को समझो। अगर बच्चे 30 प्रकार के अलग अलग स्किल में होशियार है तो बोलना तुम इस फील्ड के लीडर हो, तुम खेल के लीडर हो, तुम विज्ञान के लीडर हो, तुम साहित्य के लीडर हो, तुम भाषण के लीडर हो, तुम प्रबंध लिखने में लीडर हो। इस प्रकार उसको लीडर बनो, फिर उसको बोलना तुम्हारी इस लीडर को राष्ट्र और दुनिया के स्तर पर ले जाना है तो तुमको कम से कम डिग्री तक पढ़ना होगा। तब वो अपनी आशा के लिए अन्य विषयों को भी पढ़ेगा, तब कोई अर्थपूर्ण नतीजा निकलेगा। दुनिया के अंदर हम कहते हैं कि सबसे ज्यादा जवानों का देश भारत 220 में होने वाला है, लेकिन नाम से जवान हैं, अगर इस देश के जवानों में वो चेहरा ही नहीं है। आज एक भी जवान अगर सच्चा पुरुषार्थ होता तो गांव में खेती करने के लिए जाता। आज गांव बर्बाद सूना पड़ रहे हैं। आगे आने वाले चित्र इतना भयानक लग रहा है कि और 14 साल के अंदर गांव की आबादी 30% होगी, शहर की आबादी 70% होगी, तो गांव डेस्टिट्यूट होम बनेंगे। अगर हमको खाने के लिए अन्न नहीं मिलेगा तो हम क्या खा के जी सकते हैं? देश के सामने एक भयानक संकट है। माननीय मंत्री जी से मैं विनती करता हूं, आने वाले शिक्षा नीति के अंदर गांव और कृषि और गांव से जुड़े हुए जितने भी धंधे हैं, गांव का उत्पादन गांव में हो, गांव का बिक्री गांव में हो, गांव वाला कपड़ा सिलाने, तरकारी के लिए, दूध के लिए, दही के लिए, छोटे मोटे अपनी रोजमर्रा की आवश्यकता के लिए 80% आवश्यकता गांव में पूर्ति करे। अगर मैं सच कहूं तो आजादी से पहले गांव भारत में स्वतंत्र थे। सच कहूं तो ये बात उल्टा हो गया है। अब गांव उजड़ गए हैं, गुलाम हो गए हैं। शहर जो गांव की सुख के लिए बने थे, आज गांव को खून चूसने वाला शहर बन गया है। हमारे एटीट्यूड में, हमारे सोच में बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन लाने की अत्यंत आवश्यकता है। इसीलिए मैं आदरणीय माननीय सदस्य से ये बात है कि आज जो शिक्षा नीति चल रही है उस पर आपने बड़ी मेहनत की है, और जो हुनर है उसको पढ़ने के लिए अवकाश मिलना चाहिए, उसके लिए आप अलग अलग प्राविधान किए हैं, लेकिन मूलतः हमारी शिक्षा का सोच ही आज तक गलत रास्ते पर चले आया है। अभी भी ये सरकार में भी स्किल पर आके हम रुके हैं, फिर वापस जब तक हम ज्ञान के लिए शिक्षा नहीं जाएंगे तब तक भारत देश दुनिया का पहला देश कभी नहीं बन सकता है। दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा पूजा उसकी होती है जिसके यहाँ ज्ञान होता है। एक जमाना था हमारा देश 600-800 साल तक रिसर्च में, संशोधन के अंदर, दुनिया के अंदर अगर 100 संशोधन होते थे तो 97 संशोधन भारत के अंदर होते थे। आज बाहर देखने के लिए काफी सुविधाएं आए हैं, तरक्की हुआ है, संपत्ति आए हैं, कार आया है, विमान आया है, लेकिन विश्व की संशोधन करने की अपनी क्षमता 97 से जाकर 3 को आके उतरा है। कितना शर्मनाक बात है, हम कितने पीछे चले आए हैं। बाहरी दिखावा ज्यादा हो गया है, अंदर की ठोस गुण समाप्त हो गए हैं। दूसरा, आज की राजनीतिक अन्यान्य व्यवस्था के कारण तो देश का सबसे बड़ा मालिक किसान होता है। मैं तो मेरे जीवन में मानता हूं, इस सृष्टिकर्ता भगवान के बाद अगर सबसे बड़ा देवता अगर दूसरा इस धरती के अंदर कोई है, पशु पक्षी कृमि कीट नाना प्रकार की जीव जनता को, चोर मकोड़े सबको अन्न देकर खुद भी खाता है, दुनिया को भी अन्न देता है, ऐसा अगर कोई बड़ा भगवान इस दुनिया में है तो वो किसान है। लेकिन उसको हमारी रोज की राजनीति ने भिखमंगा बना के खड़ा किया। हम रोज उनकी भलाई की बात करते हैं, वास्तव में हम कोई उनकी भलाई करने वाले होते हैं। हमारी सोच में परिवर्तन की अत्यंत आवश्यक है। आज भी हाथ से काम करने वाली हमारे देश की कला में अपरिमित शक्ति है, जितनी भी महिलाएं कारीगर करते हैं, गांव में जितने प्रकार के अलग अलग प्रकार के हुनर होते हैं, इन सब चीजों के बारे में हमें सोचना होगा। आज भी दुनिया का जो एक्सपोर्ट होता है 40% घरेलू उद्योग से होता है, बड़े बड़े कारखाने से नहीं होता है। हमारी सरकार की शिक्षा नीति ऐसी होना चाहिए जिसमें लोग मालक बने, सब नौकरी के लिए हाथ पसारने वाले नहीं बने। धंधा छोटा हो सकता है, धंधा बड़ा हो सकता है, लेकिन अपने जगह पर वो मालक ऐसा महसूस करेगा, वो आनंद बड़ा होगा, वो संतोष बड़ा होगा और उसके द्वारा देश की छवि दुनिया में सबसे श्रेष्ठ हो सकता है। ऐसे कुछ महत्वपूर्ण बात आज की इस सभा के अंदर रखते हुए मैं ये जरूर कहना चाहता हूं, शिक्षा का नीति और इतना पढ़ाई के बाद क्या हो रहा है ये कहूंगा तो और आपको आश्चर्य होगा। 100 लोग IIT पास होते हैं, उसमें से 100 में 92 लोग 92% लोग मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी की सेवा करने जाते हैं। इन रिटर्न वो फिर हमारा सर मुंडाने का काम करते हैं। क्या हमारे देश को लूटने के लिए हम सबसे बड़े विद्वान IIT के लोगों को तैयार किया? धीरे धीरे हमारे देश की आज की जो सबसे बड़ी व्यवस्था है, आज का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चलता है, इसके ऊपर भी कभी सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं। हाँ 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 हाँ, कहीं भी आ जाते हैं वो। हाँ हाँ, वैसा ही सारी व्यवस्था चलाने वाले IAS, मेरे कई मित्र रिटायर्ड IAS अधिकारी है, जो IAS व्यक्ति के प्रति एक 25 साल 30 साल पर छवि थी, आज छवि समाप्त हो गई है। वही IAS अधिकारी दिल्ली के सरकार को अलग सा सलाह देते हैं, वही IAS अधिकारी भारत सरकार को अलग से सलाह देते हैं और आपस में हम झगड़ते बैठते हैं। क्या उनके लिए कोई नियम नहीं है? उनके लिए कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है? मैं नहीं कहना चाहता हूं। एक IAS अधिकारी ने कहा कि अगर हर 100 IAS अधिकारी रिटायर होते हैं, जिनकी छवि 100 में 85 लोगों का खराब है, अगर मेरे देश के अंदर IIT और IAS ने मां के दूध के समान, अगर इनका नियत ही खराब हो जाएगा तो हम इस देश का भविष्य को कैसे बना सकते हैं? इसीलिए मेरे मित्र आदरणीय श्री आपसे के जी से विनती करता हूं, आपने बड़े परिश्रम से बिल लाए हैं, मैं आपका 100 धन्यवाद देता हूं। लेकिन वास्तव में शिक्षा के द्वारा जो श्रेष्ठ परिवर्तन आना चाहिए, देश को कल फिर एक बार भारत को विश्व का गुरु बनाना चाहिए, उस दिशा में जो मौलिक विचार होना चाहिए वो इस शिक्षा के आपके बिल में भी नहीं है। अभी तक जितने भी सरकार काम किए हैं वो पूर्णता के तरफ जा रहे हैं, उस ज्ञान की शिक्षा से हम अभी दूर है। इसीलिए मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से विनती करता हूं, कल जो नया शिक्षा नीति आएगी वो ज्ञान की शिक्षा नीति होगी। कल जो नया शिक्षा नीति आएगी वो नौकरी वालों को सम्मान देने वाला नहीं, हर प्रकार का धोबी है, दर्जी है, चमार है, कमार है, हर वृत्ति वाले को गौरव से देखना। क्या बिना जूता पिए पहने हम जिंदा रह सकते हैं? बिना बाल कटाए हम जिंदा रह सकते हैं? क्यों उनको गौरव नहीं मिलना चाहिए? आज फ्रांस और जर्मन जैसे देशों में इन वृत्तियों को जो गौरव है वही गौरव भारत के अंदर मिलना चाहिए। इस प्रकार टोटल थिंकिंग हमारी शिक्षा नीति के अंदर होने की जरूरत है। इन सब तथ्यों के आधार पर मैं माननीय सदस्य से विनती करता हूं, आपने जो बिल लाया है मैं आपके परिश्रम को 100 बार प्रणाम करता हूं, लेकिन जो ये चलता हुआ गाड़ी के लिए आप बिल लाए हैं, गाड़ी ही गलत रास्ते पर जा रहा है। नया शिक्षा नीति आने वाला है। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से, माननीय सभा उपाध्यक्ष जी से विनती करते हुए कहता हूं कि एक ठोस सोच अपनी देश के शिक्षा के बारे में हो और इस देश के लिए एक नया उज्जवल भविष्य हो, जहां सबसे दुनिया का ज्यादा रिसर्च स्कॉलर भारत से निकले, दुनिया के मालिक बनने वाले इस देश के अंदर निकाले। दुनिया के अंदर अपनी सारी दिमाग को बेचकर गुलाम के जैसे काम करने वाले नौकरों के लिए ये देश नहीं है। दुनिया का मालिक बनकर, दुनिया का दिशा निर्देश बनकर काम करने वाला भारत बनाने की शिक्षा नीति आएगी तो वो इस देश के लिए सबसे आनंददायक शिक्षा नीति होगी। इस प्रकार की शिक्षा नीति के लिए हमारा सरकार काम करे तो निश्चित हमारी मोदी सरकार के बारे में इस देश के अंदर एक सबसे बड़ी गौरव की छवि आएगी। इस छवि के लिए माननीय मंत्री जी काम करें, इस प्रकार की विनंती माननीय उप सभापति के द्वारा विनंती करते हुए मैं माननीय सदस्य से विनंती करता हूं, अगर आप मेरे बात से सहमत है तो इन श्रेष्ठ विचारों के बैकग्राउंड में आप अपना बिल वापस लेकर सरकार को इन तथ्यों के आधार पर एक नया बिल लाने के लिए आप अपनी सारी ताकत लगाए, ऐसे विनंती करते हुए मैं अपनी बात को समाप्त करता हूं। सबको प्रणाम।
धन्यवाद। श्री भूपेंद्र सिंह जी।
Vice Chairman, sir, the Self-Financing Professional Education Institution Control and Regulation Bill 2015, voted by my friend Sri K.K. Rajesh. I support this bill, but I wish, as suggested by the previous speaker Patil ji, if government can accept to bring a bill as early as possible. Time and again, sir, I have, on the first of my special mention when I took oath in this house, was on universal education policy, imperative education for every Indian child of this country, that is the topest priority, and then equally agriculture. Sir, as you know that my friend, he is from state of Kerala. As I know that all of us know that Kerala is a 100% literacy state in the country. And public awareness is also number one. No other state was nearing. As a Minister of Information Public Relation in the state, I was going through the figure till 90s, 81. The newspaper reader in the country, no match to Kerala. There is no nearing state behind Kerala. Sir, that is why he has rightly thought about this, but the point is universal education policy. The minister the other day has also said that we are in the process. We would like to know from the minister today, though the minister is not here, his junior colleague is here, to know that what is the time you will take to bring this new education policy. This regulation is very, very essential in all the professional educational institution because it is growing like mushroom growth. And as you know, sir, small single room has there is a board that it is an university. May I know from the government specific how many deemed to be universities are there in this country today? Why I am here, sir? I am not against private institution. I am not against deemed to be university. But my fear is I always draw through the chairman to the entire house and to the nation that the apex court of this country, Supreme Court, has given a verdict that when there is an interview, the selection is the criteria is the career marking. Now, sir, the deemed to be universities in private institutions, they will make their own syllabus. They will make their own questionnaire. They will give the division or the mark will be given by them. They are not controlled by the local state universities, which is established for years. They are the premier institutions of all states universities. They are the students. They will not get that percentage. They can never compete with these deemed to be universities and all that. Now already there is a control over Government of India, AICT is there, and there is a Medical Council of India. But let us ask ourselves, how many colleges that the AICT has approved? How many colleges did the Medical Council of India has approved medical colleges? And MBAs also, MCA, other things where how many of them has the faculties, the full faculties, how many of them? When last the minister, when this new government has come, when was the last education minister of the state conference was there, and where this point has been raised or not. If it has been raised, what are the proposal that has been mooted by the different ministers, those who represent in the ministers' conference here in New Delhi. I would like to know when last this government has convened the ministers. And regarding this, sir, the...
Bhupendraji, one second. Although your time is over,
Sir.
you may speak for a few minutes more.
Sir, thank you. Sir, thank you very much. Sir, as you know, sir, you also know that within the state, there is regional imbalances. Again, if an engineering college or medical college in each state of this country, if you look at that a particular area or in the capital city of the states, all the colleges are confined. There are areas where there is not a single, there are zones, there are big areas, there is not a single engineering college or medical college of this type. Even, sir, our IITs, they have no faculties. Have you ever thought about this? What has been the agenda of this government when they called the education ministers conference of the state, whether this agenda should be our priority? We don't have math teachers in the school level, in the high school level, sir, you know, that to teach math, to teach science, we have mushroom growth of, in junior level, we have mushroom growth of arts colleges, but science college is become a dream. It's become a dream. Science faculties, even in the state also, it is not possible for them. I would like to know through you, sir, specific from the government, what was the NDA government in 2000, before that, what was the education GDP expenditure of education in the government of India in the education department? UPA 1, how much they increase? UPA 2, how much they increase? And is it a fact that now, this time, the education, the HRD ministry has reduced the amount from UPA 1? The amount has been reduced. Is it not a fact that the education institutional and the elite people of this country, they have been harping, every one of us are harping that if anything should be taken care of, it should be education. That is why we thought that globalization was thought of, go back to 1992. It is only because that we can spend more money for our education, we can spend more money for our health educations, and for our medical colleges and for medical treatments. This is the idea that we thought about globalization. But what has happened? Education is no more a priority. Education is not at all a priority of this government. So I would like to specifically know from the government that what is the, that I have asked, how much money you are giving and providing for that. And now our friend said that President of India also has regretted in his many, as the Chancellor, when he go to the different university, that we are not 100, we are not in 360 universities of the world. Our number, India, is no place. There is no place within 360, 400 universities of the world. So it is, it is better late than never. It will be too late, sir. Vice Chairman, sir, I appeal the minister and the government. They should raise to this occasion. They should not take more time. Sir, time spent, time save is money save. Once time is gone, sir, it will never come. No science, no technology can bring you back. The 11th of March, 3:50 p.m. can never come back, let what may come. So, without losing any moment, the first priority of all of us, both the House, all of us, all parliamentarians and the government, to see that we should have some restriction on fake colleges, fake faculties. Only on the board they are universities. It is the same for us. They are being seashore universities, international universities, world-class universities. What it is? What is the concept of a world-class university? I have asked many. I asked today to the minister and the government, please define me what is a world-class university is. And now Central University Central University, even then Central University you are opening, but there is no faculty, sir, in Central University. You have started a Central University in KBK, in Koraput, in my state of Odisha. We have no full-fledged faculties member in those universities also. So, sir, now, as engineering college, as my friend has told in medical college, we need more of medical college, but it should be uniform. It should not, there should not be regional imbalance. We should see that regional imbalance should go up. The government of its own, as the government has decided, the previous government has committed 5 medical colleges with 50% support by its government to my state of Odisha. Those 5 medical colleges you have agreed, but you have not given the share money, the percentage. We have started, our Chief Minister, Honorable Naveen Patnaik ji has started all the college and buildings, work is started, but you are not supporting to those states, those who are already start the work. That money should also be released because it is all related to this bill. So I hope that I'm finished. So I hope, sir, that the government will come out the point that has been raised. The Honorable Minister must reply to it. If he cannot reply today, he must make a commitment that the reply will be made available to all of us, to the members. And,
thank you.
And we will get a concrete reply that they will bring a regulation, but they should call immediately all state education ministers and secretaries and have a dialogue with them within the gap period of first phase to second phase of this parliament, and make a regulation so that there should be some control at the national level to all the private institutions, those who are making as a professional institution. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Minister of State for Human Resources, Professor Ram Shankar Katheria ji. Whatever I am doing under instructions.
सभापति महोदय, आज माननीय सदस्य के रागेश जी द्वारा जो विषय यहाँ प्रस्तुत किया है और इस विषय पर उन्होंने जो अपना मत प्रकट किया है, और इसी के साथ साथ हमारे माननीय अन्य सदस्यों ने, आदरणीय रेड्डी साहब ने, माननीय पाटिल साहब ने और माननीय भूपेंद्र सिंह जी ने जो यहाँ पर विचार प्रस्तुत किए हैं, मैं समझता हूँ कि एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय है। और जिस विषय पर चिंता व्यक्त की गई है, विशेष रूप से के रागेश जी के द्वारा, निश्चित रूप से आज शिक्षा के संदर्भ में हम समझते हैं कि हम सब लोग चिंतित हैं, और इसी के साथ साथ शिक्षा से जुड़े हुए देश के बहुत सारे बुद्धिजीवी ये महसूस करते हैं कि हमारे देश की शिक्षा का जो स्वरूप है उसमें परिवर्तन की आवश्यकता है। और जैसा उन्होंने अपना चर्चा में ये विषय रखे हैं, मैं मानता हूं कि ये जितने हमारे देश में प्राइवेट संस्थान खुले हैं और उन प्राइवेट संस्थानों में उन्होंने भी ये भी चिंता व्यक्त की कि जितने हमारे गवर्नमेंट के संस्थान हैं उनमें कोई सीट खाली नहीं है, लेकिन जितने प्राइवेट संस्थान हैं उन्होंने ये भी चिंता व्यक्त की है कि कितनी बड़ी संख्या में, लाखों की संख्या में वो जो सीट है वो खाली है। निश्चित रूप से मैं उनकी बात से सहमत हूँ, और उन्होंने जिस तरह के आंकड़े भी दिए हैं, मैं मानता हूँ कि 49% अभी भी जो सीटें खाली प्राइवेट क्षेत्र में हैं, निश्चित रूप से चिंता की बात है। उन्होंने इसी के साथ साथ ये भी बात रखी है कि जो फीस का प्राइवेट क्षेत्र में जितने संस्थान हैं और जिस ढंग से फीस के बारे में उन्होंने चिंता व्यक्त की है कि रसीद भी नहीं दी जाती है और अपने ढंग से वसूली करते हैं, और विशेष रूप से उन गरीब छात्रों की बारे में जो चिंता व्यक्त की है, और गरीब छात्रों में भी प्रतिभावान छात्र, और प्रतिभावान छात्र जो निश्चित रूप से जिन संस्थानों में फीस के आधार पर बहुत से हमारे छात्र वंचित रहते हैं, ये बात उन्होंने जो चिंता व्यक्त की है, मैं मानता हूं कि महत्वपूर्ण ये उन्होंने विषय यहाँ पर रखा है और मैं इस बात से भी सहमत हूँ। इसी के साथ साथ उन्होंने जो और विषयों पर चिंता व्यक्त की है कि सरकार की तरफ से सारे विषयों में क्या पहल हो रही है, किस तरह की एक जो सरकार की पहल होनी चाहिए इस दिशा में, तो उस संदर्भ में भी मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगा। लेकिन इसी के साथ साथ जो अन्य सदस्यों ने भी अपने अपने सुझाव दिए, मैं समझता हूँ कि बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सुझाव हैं और उन महत्वपूर्ण सुझावों में निश्चित रूप से आने वाले समय में हम सबको इस संदर्भ में एक चिंता करने की आवश्यकता है। मैं इस जो सरकार से अपेक्षा की गई है, मैं यही कह सकता हूं कि हमारी सरकार ने सारे ये जितने हमारे प्राइवेट क्षेत्र में जितने संस्थान हैं उनका ठीक से उनकी रैंकिंग हो, इसके लिए पहली बार हमने रैंकिंग सिस्टम नया डेवलप किया है और सभी संस्थानों को ये अपील भी की है और एक बड़ी संख्या में ऐसे संस्थानों ने अपना सहमति भी दी है और कुछ मानक हमने तय किए हैं और उसके आधार पर जितने प्राइवेट क्षेत्र में जो हमारे संस्थान हैं उन सभी संस्थानों को हम ठीक तरह से जो हमने मानक निश्चित किए हैं उनके आधार पर उनका मूल्यांकन होगा। और इसी के साथ साथ जो हमारी AICTE की जो हमारी व्यवस्था है उसके अंतर्गत हम समय समय पर फीस के बारे में, प्रवेश के बारे में जो हमारे अधिकार हैं और उन अधिकारों के आधार पर जब कहीं किसी तरह की शिकायत मिलती है तो निश्चित रूप से हम लोग उसको गंभीरता से लेते हुए और उस पर कार्रवाई करने का भी काम करते हैं और काम किए हैं। इसी के साथ साथ बहुत सारे सुझाव महत्वपूर्ण आए हैं कि हम करने क्या जा रहे हैं। आपको ये भी बहुत हम सब लोगों ने चिंता व्यक्त की है कि दुनिया में जो 200 विश्वविद्यालयों की बात आती है तो हिंदुस्तान के किसी विश्वविद्यालय का नाम उसमें नहीं आता है और ये सामान्यतः हम सब ये बात सुनते हैं और सब जगह चर्चा में विषय आता भी है। लेकिन मैं ये जरूर चाहूँगा कि चिंता की बात है और हमारी सरकार ने विशेष रूप से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने शुरुआत में ही इस संदर्भ में हमारे संस्थान कैसे अच्छे हों और दुनिया के बराबरी कर सके, इसलिए हमने ग्लोबल एजुकेशन की दृष्टि से ये ज्ञान के माध्यम से हमने दुनिया भर के इस साल शुरुआत की है कि हम 500 प्रोफेसर जो दुनिया के बड़े बड़ी जो यूनिवर्सिटी हैं वहाँ से हमने 500 प्रोफेसरों को और एक
रेज किया अगर यूनिवर्सिटी में हमारा नाम नहीं बोला तो हम जो रेज किया नाम बोल के बोलना है।
हाँ नाम बोल जी जी ठीक है।
शुरू में
वो जी जी उसके आपने चिंता व्यक्त की और बहुत एक महत्वपूर्ण आपने ही उठाया था, राकेश जी ने भी उठाया था, तो निश्चित रूप से ये मैं मानता हूं कि एक महत्वपूर्ण हम सबके चिंता के लिए विषय और ये चिंता का विषय इसलिए है कि 200 में हमारा नाम नहीं है, लेकिन हम सबको जानकारी भी है कि जो हमारी रैंकिंग का जो सिस्टम है, जो दोनों जो हमारी संस्थाएं हैं, जो दोनों US बेस हैं और उनका जो हमारी रैंकिंग का जो सिस्टम उन्होंने बना रखा, जो 60-70 हज़ार लोग जो उसमें इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, उसमें हिंदुस्तान के जो लोग हैं उनकी हम जब संख्या देखते हैं तो हमें ध्यान में आता है कि बहुत कम है और इस आधार पर हम सामान्यतः ये हमारे स्वभाव में आ गया है कि हम लोग बोलते हैं कि हमारी देश की यूनिवर्सिटी 200 में नहीं, अभी यहाँ चर्चा में ये भी विषय आया कि हमारी 300 यूनिवर्सिटी में हमारे हिंदुस्तान की कोई यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं है। लेकिन हमें ये चिंता है कि इतनी लंबी आज़ादी के बाद हमारे देश के ऐसे विश्वविद्यालय जो दुनिया की रैंकिंग में हमारे 50 में 10 में हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम आता, आज नहीं है, ये हम सबके लिए चिंता है। और ये आपको हम सबको जान करके प्रसन्नता होगी कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अभी बजट में इसलिए कहा कि हमारे 10 जो है वर्ल्ड लेवल की यूनिवर्सिटी प्राइवेट सेक्टर में और 10 हमारी गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में वर्ल्ड लेवल की 10 यूनिवर्सिटी खुले, जो दुनिया की जो हम सामान्यतः जिस प्रश्न का जवाब नहीं दे पाते हैं, वो 10 यूनिवर्सिटी प्राइवेट क्षेत्र में और 10 गवर्नमेंट के क्षेत्र में वर्ल्ड लेवल की यूनिवर्सिटी स्थापित हो, जिससे हम शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में जो हमारे सामने सामान्यतः प्रश्न आता है उसका हम उत्तर दे सकें और अपने नहीं पूरे दुनिया के लिए जो शिक्षा का केंद्र भारत रहा है उस रूप में हम तेजी के साथ आगे बढ़ सकें। इसी के साथ साथ ये भी हम प्रश्न सामने आया कि हमारी सरकार क्या करने जा रही है। निश्चित रूप से नई शिक्षा की नीति के बारे में आपने ये भी एक प्रश्न उठाया कि हमारे जो सारे सचिवों की देश के सचिवों की मीटिंग बुलाई थी उसमें क्या क्या प्रस्ताव थे। ये ठीक है कि हमने पूरे देश के सभी शिक्षा सचिव और शिक्षा मंत्री ये बुलाए और उनके बीच में नई शिक्षा का नीति कैसी हो। और यही नहीं, केवल हमारी माननीय मंत्री यहाँ बैठी हैं, वो खुद देश के 6 स्थानों पर देश के 6 क्षेत्रों में हमने देश को अलग अलग वहाँ जाकर के माननीय मंत्री जी स्वयं वहाँ जाकर के और वहाँ के शिक्षा से जुड़े हुए अधिकारी, शिक्षा मंत्री और इसी के साथ साथ समाज के क्षेत्र में जो शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में काम करते हैं उनके साथ पूरे दिन बैठ करके उनके साथ डिस्कशन किया। और इसी के आधार पर उन्होंने जो सुझाव दिए उनको जो हमारी नई शिक्षा नीति की जो कमेटी बनी है उसको हमने उनको सौंपा है। और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि आने वाले समय में जो नई शिक्षा नीति आ रही है, जो सारी समस्याएं जो यहाँ पर चर्चा हुई है उनका निश्चित रूप से समाधान होगा। और मैं विशेष रूप से जो राजेश जी ने चिंता व्यक्त की है, निश्चित रूप से उन सारे विषयों पर हम विचार करेंगे और विचार करके एक नई शिक्षा नीति में जो एक केवल ब्लॉक स्तर से गांव स्तर से लगभग 30,000 लोगों ने ऑनलाइन भी नई शिक्षा नीति की दृष्टि से सुझाव दिए, जिनमें सारे प्रश्न जो आप सबने किए हैं हमने 30 विषयों को निश्चित किया है, जिसमें प्राइमरी के 13 हैं और उसके बाद हायर एजुकेशन के हैं। इन सारे विषयों पर चर्चा करने के बाद जो नई शिक्षा नीति आएगी देश के सामने, इन सब विषयों का समाधान होगा। सभी जो हमारे माननीय सदस्य बोले हैं उनके प्रति मैं धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं और विशेष रूप से के राजेश जी से मैं कहूंगा कि आपके सारे विषयों पर हम विचार करेंगे और चर्चा करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। देंगे, आपने ये भी कहा था लिखित में दे देना, तो हम देंगे। आपने ये भी कहा था कि अभी नहीं दे तो बाद में दे देना, देंगे हम आपको जरूर देंगे।
धन्यवाद।
One minute. Mr. Rajesh, Honorable Minister already assured he look
listen
after
to the minister.
all your suggestion
Listen to the minister.
and he assure you.
Okay.
World class का क्या है definition?
Now,
And what is that is missing?
Now, Sri K.K.
with our
Rajesh. Sri K.K. Rajesh.
1 minute.
No, please sit down. Dr. Reddy. Dr. Reddy. Dr. Reddy.
World.
No.
In the world, 100 universities, we have nowhere chance. So what is the government role in future plans? Of course, he has given some
I
idea.
have called Sri
but I
K.K.
want,
Rajesh.
Your idea.
One second. I have called Sri K.K. Rajesh.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman, sir. I am extremely happy that and grateful to the members who are concerned about this vital issue. And at the very outset, I would like to extend my gratitude to those members who had supported this bill. In fact, it is quite unfortunate that most of the issues raised through this bill is not being properly addressed by the Honorable Minister.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think that, yes, we must have different political affiliations, but I don't think that any of the members in this august house can oppose the propositions made in this particular bill. Question is that 49% of the total seats in engineering colleges are lying vacant. Be it engineering colleges or medical colleges, all these institutions are charging exorbitant fee. Merit is being replaced with money power. That is the basic question. Students are not getting admitted in those institutions. And at the same time, Honorable Minister, sir, I appeal through you, sir, to the Honorable Minister, 49% of the total seats are lying vacant. But at the same time, we are not in a position to ensure reservation for the backward sections, socially and educationally backward sections in those institutions. They are not getting admitted because they are poor. They are not in a position to pay the exorbitant fee being charged in these institutions. That is the one side of the whole story. And the other side, 49% of the total seats are lying vacant, sir. And why can't we bring out a legislation to ensure, let the seats be filled up with poor students? They are presently, these seats are lying vacant. So why can't we bring out a legislation for ensuring reservation for the backward sections, socially and educationally backward sections of our society in these institutions? That is the basic question. They are denied of education, sir. So it is our responsibility, it is the responsibility of this august house to come up with such kind of a legislation. And state governments, various state governments, be it Kerala state government, be it Karnataka, be it Maharashtra, be it Andhra Pradesh, they had made lot of effort for regulating these institutions. But all on a sudden, our higher judiciary is coming in the scene. And unfortunately, such efforts are being stopped. So that is why I don't think that we are opposing all these propositions made in this particular legislation. That is why I am requesting through you, sir, to ensure, to assure this august house, at least that the government will come up with a legislation that empower the state governments, the state, including center and state governments, because education is in concurrent list. So that should empower the central government and state governments to regulate fees and admissions in private self-financing institutions.
Okay.
So I am requesting the Honorable Minister through you to respond to this question.
Yeah, I know. One second. You,
He already replied.
no, already replied, but you want, yes, to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deputy Chairman, sir,
Yeah,
firstly,
please.
I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the honorable members who have expressed their concerns on various issues which are brought to the notice of the honorable members and to the government at large with regards to condition of our professional courses institutions. I would also like to express my gratitude to the Minister of State, Shri Ram Shankar Katheria, for suitably answering all the concerns that have been highlighted. However, certain members yet want certain clarifications on issues. Firstly, the issue with regards to exorbitant fees being charged by institutions which are technical in nature and management institutions. I would like to say that the regulatory power for technical and management institutions, sir, rests with the All India Council of Technical Education. And under the Act, there is a provision already existent which penalizes and has a definite action to be taken against those institutions that charge higher fees than permitted. I would also like to bring to the attention of the honorable members that the Justice Sri Krishna, under the chairmanship of Justice Sri Krishna, the National Fee Committee that was constituted, the committee's recommendations have already been approved by AICTE. Additionally, if students face challenges with regards to these guidelines being in any way breached by institution, AICTE has a very, very responsive grievance redressal mechanism through which students who highlight these anomalies and challenges, through these mechanisms, AICTE addresses their concern. Similarly, a same template is used even by the UGC, where if a student feels that those elements with regards to the institution that are highlighted in the prospectus are not elements that the student finds within the institution once they seek admission, then UGC also through its portal addresses those grievances of students. I would like to here, sir, highlight that to initiate a collective response from both the regulators, the UGC and AICT started engagement called Know Your College. And under the Know Your College platform, which is also a mobile app, what we have done is give details of every academic institution that is registered with the regulators, be it AICT or UGC, and ensure that even details of the academicians and professionals engaged by those institutions are details which are in the public domain. Additionally, what we have done is that if any institution is lying or misleading the public with regards to the information that they have registered with the regulator, then the concerned citizen or student or parent can bring it to the notice of the regulator and the regulator takes appropriate action. I would like to here also state, sir, that our learned colleague who has moved this particular private member's bill is extremely concerned about the exorbitant fees and exorbitant monies which students have to dole out to seek education. Unfortunately, many in this house and across the nation will accept that education has become more or less a pursuit of certification and less about pursuit of excellence. And it is our endeavor that education once again under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister becomes a pursuit of excellence, because our nation, our civilization as a whole was claimed and acclaimed and applauded as Jagat Guru because of the kind of intellectuals, the kind of thinkers we had in our country. And that is only possible, sir, if we give enough impetus not only to science and technology, but also social sciences, pure sciences. I would like to say here, sir, that with regards to the Honorable Member's concern that how can education be stopped from becoming too exorbitant, especially for students who are from disadvantaged communities, I must here declare to the August House that in the ministry we are in the process of starting a massive open online course platform, MOOCs platform called Swayam. The features of Swayam will be this. We recognize that there is a huge number of dropouts after the 8th standard, and not many then gravitate from the 8th standard to 10th, 12th, or for that matter opt for higher education. To recognize this particular challenge, we also additionally applied ourselves to a solution through the MOOCs platform, which currently we have a certain close to 500 courses. We have also in an engagement with the National Open School NIOS, ascertained that courses for standard 10, standard 12 certification courses will also be available on this MOOCs platform, which will also be a mobile app looking at the penetration of mobiles, which is higher in our country as compared to computers. And we will ensure that all the courses that run on this particular platform, as engaged by the Government of India and as designed by the Government of India, courses, be it diploma courses, certificate courses, 10th standard, 12th standard courses, they will be available to every Indian citizen free of cost, sir. And we are hoping that through everybody's engagement and support, we can popularize it once it comes into the public domain. Currently, what the ministry is working at is not only designing the course through institutions like the central universities, IITs, IIMs, NITs, and even some from the private sector who want to contribute to growth of education in the country. What we are also doing, sir, is that in conjunction with the UGC AICT, we are ensuring that courses on this platform get adequate credit. I'm sure my learned colleague knows that many a times the challenge is that when you do an online course and you don't have a complementary credit, it doesn't give you movement all across the country. UGC and AICT is currently in the process, sir, of designating credits for each course, so that once any citizen who avails of this free opportunity and has to give a minimalistic fee to sit and give the exam and get the certification, that citizen gets ample credit, thereby giving them educational movement across the country. Which means a citizen who engages on this platform, sir, will then have, because of a certificate diploma course done on this platform, get entrance into a physical college and university which is registered with the regulator. But the concern that many colleagues have expressed is also this. What about fly-by-night operators? What about those who fall outside the ambit of the regulator? So I would like to here highlight that the UGC last year actually identified 21 fake universities in this country. And we subsequently put up a public notice warning citizens that these institutions are operating, they are not registered with the regulator, they are fleecing citizens. And we also wrote to the concerned chief secretaries and education secretaries in the state, stating that law and order is within the ambit of the state. These are the fake universities in your state. Kindly take penal action so that no citizen is in any way inconvenienced. Similarly, if AICT, which is in the technical field, gets a similar complaint, AICT also takes appropriate penal action against those individuals and institutions. I would like to say that many citizens, many members here have expressed their concerns that what are we doing about having a world-class university in India. I would like to give a longer context to this particular answer, sir. Firstly, the international agencies that rank institutions across the world, what are the parameters under which they rank institutions? One of the parameters is how many foreign students does that institution cater to? How many foreign faculty members does that institution employ? Whether the research done is a research done in English, that is given prominence. And only journals which are identified by these ranking agencies are deemed fit for citations or publications. Thereby, from the Indian context, sir, the challenge that rises is this. Firstly, most of the Indian educational institutions are not catering to foreign students. They are in fact inclusively catering to only the Indian population. Hence, on that benchmark, many of our institutions do not meet the mark because most of our institutions are, even the inclusive nature of our institutions is not recognized internationally. Secondly, many of our academicians do research not in English, but in regional Indian languages. And those research in Indian languages is also not recognized internationally. Even institutions like the Classical Institution for Classical Tamil, that is not recognized internationally because for them, there is no research output in a journal of their liking. But for us, that institution is of national importance. Hence, my request is that to ensure that we support adequately through infrastructure, administratively through policy, 10 public institutions and 10 private institutions as has been declared in the budget will be supported so that institutions themselves set the benchmark in academics and infrastructure, including lab facilities, as to how that benchmark once met means that that institution now is of international quality. But my appeal is this, that there are many institutions in our country which are doing breakthrough work in research and technology and social sciences. Let us encourage them indigenously as we are trying to do amongst ourselves in the national ranking framework. I am happy to report to this August House, sir, that once we opened up the national ranking framework, this ranking framework was designed by the National Board of Accreditation in conjunction with AICT and NAC, the accreditation body in our country, under the regulator UGC. We opened up and we gave various parameters, including the research output of the institution, including the inclusive nature of the institution, and also added how students, parents, academicians, and citizens perceive that institution to be. And we said that for the first time in the history of our country, let us rank our institutions that in some way service our aspirations as a country. I'm happy to report, sir, that the largest ever exercise in the world in the Indian ranking framework was done. The agency that does the data analytics of international ranking agencies is the one that is giving, is the one that is also assisting us. I will say that over 5,000 institutions have added themselves to this ranking framework. 3,600 institutions their data is getting analyzed. So while we have, on one hand, a policy intervention through the budget so that institutions get internationalized, we also have under GYAN foreign faculty at the cost of Government of India coming and teaching in government colleges at no charge to any student, including students from disadvantaged communities. Even in institutions like IIT, sir, under this government, my colleague has many a times raised issues with regards to those citizens who are differently abled. We have completely waived off fees for students who are differently abled in IITs for the first time in the history of our country. So I'm only appealing to the honorable member that there are many effective measures that we are taking, including prescribing guidelines for charging tuition fees for professional courses, as has been ordained by Justice Sri Krishna, and AICT has approved it. We have sent it to all the states so that the states which are empowered to take penal action, because law and order is their jurisdiction, can take penal action. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now you had you are privileged that you got reply from two ministers, the cabinet minister and MOS, and you had a long reply. So now you can withdraw.
But
No, your
sir,
reply is over.
Sir, but unfortunately, the main issue that I had raised here is not being addressed.
What is that?
No, sir, the
That
question is...
is vacancy. Okay,
No, sir, please.
No, you have no right to reply again.
No, this is not a reply, sir. This is a query.
We are only two hours at 4:30.
Presently, sir, fee is being decided by the consortium of the private managements.
Now she explained it.
No, not the, she had explained that it can be regulated by the AICT.
The only point, listen.
The honorable minister had explained that it has been regulated by the AICT. Be it AICT or Medical Council of India, fee is as per the Supreme Court judgment in the 11-member constitution bench of the 11-member constitution.
She has replied to that point also.
Sir,
the only point left
please, 2 minutes, sir.
No,
2 minutes.
there cannot be one more reply. There were two replies. There cannot be one.
2 minutes.
No, I am telling you.
Consortium of the private
That is
managements
correct.
are deciding the fee structure that
She explained it.
AICT has no say over that as per the Supreme Court judgment. My
That's
appeal is that 49% of the seats are lying vacant.
No, Rakesh.
What the honorable minister
that
with those
Now I'll
seats?
come to that. Now that point, you see, the point is 49% of the seats are vacant because the meritorious and poor people cannot pay the fees. There can you do something? That is.
I will only say this, sir, that the MOOCs platform I spoke about also has engineering courses in it in the diploma certificate genre. And that is why I said that IITs are also doing courses, designing courses for this MOOCs platform, which will begin from the next academic year. But this thing that 49% seats are vacant.
In the self-financing?
They are vacant.
Self-financing colleges.
They are vacant. One of the reasons is because there is no comparative between industry practices right now and the course that is taught within those institutions. And many students are saying that if the curriculum does not complement the industry I seek to join, then why would I want to join that particular institution? And many
due to exorbitant fees also.
Exorbitant fees is the main reason, madam.
That is,
Sir, we have very carefully not only approved the Supreme Court directions and the Sri Krishna Committee directions, we have also sent it to the state, as my answer has exhaustively explained, that irrespective of us giving strict guidelines, if there is any violation, it be brought to our notice. The regulator and the state concerned does take action against that particular.
There is a machinery for that.
There is a measure which is already in place. But insofar as the honorable members desire that technical education not be made more exorbitant, I am saying again that the Swayam platform will address that issue, and IITs are providing their diploma and certificate courses
So now, Rakesh,
free on this particular platform.
Rakesh, in the light of the reply and assurance, you can withdraw. Would you like to withdraw?
I am withdrawing the bill.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Sri K.K. Rakesh has said he is withdrawing the house. Has he leave the house to withdraw the bill? Yes, the bill is withdrawn. Now I will take up the next bill. Dr. K.V.P. Ramachandra Rao to move motion for consideration. Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Bill 2015. Yes, Ramachandra Rao.
Here, sir.
Yes, you
Sir,
can.
Honorable Sir,
You move and if you want to speak also.
Honorable Sir, the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Bill 2015, a bill further to amend the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014, be it enacted by Parliament in the 66th year of Republic of India as follows. 1. This act may be called the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Amendment Act 2015. 2. It shall come into force at once. And then, second main point, in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014, after section 100, the following sections shall be inserted, namely 100A. Notwithstanding any contained contrary in this act, the following shall be special provisions for the state of Andhra Pradesh, namely A. Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Council set up by central government on the lines of North Eastern Council comprising of the chief ministers of the two states with the Prime Minister or Union Home Minister as its chairperson to address issues of concern. B. Special status shall be borne by the central government for the state of Andhra Pradesh for 10 years. C. Revenue deficit of Andhra Pradesh shall be granted by central government till the state becomes financially viable. D. A special package shall be given by central government to achieve a turnaround in the financial health of the state of Andhra Pradesh. E. Central assistance package shall be provided for developing backward areas of Andhra Pradesh, particularly in the 4 districts of Rayalaseema and 3 districts of North Coastal Andhra Pradesh, at par with Bundelkhand and Koraput, Bolangiri, Kalahandi package. F. Central assistance shall be provided for the development of the capital of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, respected sir, none of the ministers concerned about this bill are in the house, sir. Sir, sir,
Home Minister,
sir,
Finance Minister.
sir, none of the ministers who are concerned about the bills.
MOS Home Minister is here.
Finance Minister.
MOS Home is here.
Finance.
This issue is related to a home ministry, and Honorable Minister of State Home is here.
Finance Minister.
No, Home Ministry may be
Mr.
technically,
Reddy,
but reality Finance
we are
Ministry
taking
must
note,
do
not
it.
worry. Don't worry, we are taking note.
Mainly finances, sir. Mainly finances. We request that the Honorable Finance Minister may please be summoned because very important.
Ramchandra Rao, please, you speak.
Sir, F.
You are registered.
Sir,
Chair is prerogative.
sir, this is
You please speak.
your prerogative, sir. I mean,
You please
I will
speak.
abide by your.
You please speak.
Yes, sir. F. Central assistance shall be provided for the development of the capital of Andhra Pradesh. G. The allocation on Polavaram project shall be increased by central government for its completion in the stipulated time frame as a national project as declared. H. The Apex Council and the river management boards for Godavari and Krishna shall be operationalized. I. Resolution or division of assets relating to boards, corporations, bank accounts, etc. shall be expedited by the central government. I. J. Existing quotas in all government, private, aided or unaided institutions of higher technical and medical education shall be ensured for a period of 10 years. K. Establishment of institutions of national importance like IIT, IIM and AIMS in Andhra Pradesh, besides a tribal university, each in both states shall be expedited by central government. A separate high court shall be established for the state of Andhra Pradesh. Development of social, physical and industrial infrastructure and clearly identified projects like new major port at Dugirajapatnam, integrated steel plant at YSR district, crude oil refinery and petrochemical complex, Vizag Chennai Industries Corridor, railway zone with Vizag as headquarters, metro rail facility for Vizag, Vijayawada, Guntur, Tenali, 3 international airports at Vizag, Vijayawada and Tirupati, improving rail and road connectivity to the new capital of Andhra Pradesh shall be developed by the central government. Sir, I need not read the statement of objection and reason, sir. Sir?
Please.
No, the statement of objection and reasons I should not explain.
Not necessary. Not necessary.
Sir,
You want, you can.
there is a historical background for me to move this bill in this August House, sir. Sir, to explain you the background, you were also there, sir, that day present in this House. 20th February 2014, when the state reorganization, Andhra Pradesh state reorganization bill was discussed and approved by this August House, sir. Sir, that day, on the floor of the House, the then Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Ji, had announced, this is the 462, page number 462, sir, this is all on record. Dr. Manmohan Singh third, the bill already provides for a special development package for the backward regions of the successor state of Andhra Pradesh, in particular for the districts of Rayalaseema and North Coastal Andhra Pradesh. This development package will be on the lines of the KBK, that means Koraput, Bolangir, Kalahandi special plan in Odisha, and the Bundelkhand special package in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Sir, in the same speech, sixth point he explained was the resource gap that may arise in the successor state of Andhra Pradesh in the very first year, especially during the period between the appointed day and the acceptance of the 14th Finance Commission recommendations by the Government of India, will be compensated in the regular union budget for 2014 and 15. Sir, the background for this statement, the reasons which were in the background for the then Honorable Prime Minister to make the statement is the present Parliamentary Affairs Minister, who was in opposition that time, on the floor of the House, he has stated, Seemandhra region constitutes 60% of the population of Andhra Pradesh, but the revenue is going to be only 40%. 40% revenue on 60% population. Then, sir, about liabilities, about salaries, about interest payments, there will be a problem from the day one. That is why we are suggesting that the government of India takes care to see that adequate money is given from the consolidated fund to the Simandra people so that they have at least that much satisfaction that their concerns are met. Sir, in the same speech, sir, he has mentioned, as per the latest figures, there is going to be a deficit of 15,000 crores for Simandra region. That is the agony of the people. That is the worry of the people that they will not have money to pay salaries. Sir, on the same occasion, from the floor of the House, he has also suggested, in his own words, my suggestion to the government is that not only words but deeds also are required. For that, you need to provide allocation. You provide and then divide. That should have been the approach. But unfortunately, the government of India is only offering lip sympathies. Then he continued and said, then coming to Rayalaseema and Uttarandhra, which are both backward regions in Simandra region, we want the government of India to give tax incentives like income tax exemption, central excise exemption, and also other tax exemptions so that the Rayalaseema and Uttarandhra can also flourish. Sir, on the same occasion, he also said, Simandra region has to be given special category status so that the people are assured that something is happening to them. And further, he was very considerate and he has stated that it is time for your political extinction. Soon, we will be coming to power in 2 or 3 months. We will in power. Sir, and he continued in saying, sir, we are going to come to power. We want to take up all these challenges. Whatever I am asking and demanding will be our responsibility also. That is why I am asking them, please see to it that the genuine concerns are addressed. Mere words would not suffice. I want sir, he wanted a categorical assurance about these things, sir. Sir, on the same day, the then leader of opposition and now the present leader of the House, Honorable Finance Minister Arun Jaitley ji, has stated many things, sir. I am not, I don't think I have the right to read everything except a few important points. Sir, my final point is what, I mean, this is Sri Arun Jaitley's statement, sir, on the same day. Sir, my final point is what my friend and my senior colleague, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, has urged today. We need to show complete and full justice to the region of Simandra. Simandra will suffer in terms of revenue because a very large part of the revenue comes from Hyderabad. Hyderabad will go to Telangana. Therefore, the revenues of Simandra have to be protected. Sir, this was the statement by President and Leader of the House and our Honorable Finance Minister, sir. Sir, Again, after the then Honorable Prime Minister's reply, continuing the debate before passing the bill, this is Bill 463, 20th February 2014, on the floor of the House, sir. Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, the special category status we wanted for 10 years. The Prime Minister is saying 5 years. 5-year period will not be sufficient at all. They have to set up industries and then start manufacturing. So you have to make it 10 years. Secondly, sir, what about the assistance for the capital city? No mention has been made about that. The Prime Minister has not said anything about that. Sir, this was the statement made. And then, sir, in the continuation of the debate, Sri Shishir Kumar Shinde, the then Home Minister, participating in the debate, he said the special category status for Seemandhra is 5 years, as the Prime Minister has announced. For that, the present Parliamentary Affairs Minister Sri Venkaiah Naidu replied, that should be for 10 years. That is the demand of the people. In 5 years, industries cannot be developed. Sir, this special category status should be for 10 years was the demand by the present ruling party, which was in opposition that time, sir. Two most important people, the present Parliamentary Affairs Minister and the present Leader of the House, they were party to it and they made these demands, sir. Not party, they made these demands. And then the government considered many of them. Sir, on the same day, in the discussions, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, sir, the issue is till the union budget is presented. There will be a revenue gap for the state of Seemandhra. The government told us they will take care of that revenue gap. It is said that it will be taken care in the next budget. In between, what will happen to the state? What about money for salaries, about pensions, and also interest payments? That is a very important issue. Sir, that is why I am insisting on this. Sir, in clause 46, page 11, line 18, see the words, area of the state. It shall be the responsibility of the central government to form an independent expert committee to assess the revenue deficit of the successor state of Andhra Pradesh and recommend non-plan revenue grants, including but not limited to the revenue deficit grant, which shall be charged from the Consolidated Fund of India as provided in section 67A of this Act for a period of at least 10 years. Till such time, in the first year, the Consolidated Fund should be given an amount of rupees 10,000 crores. For that, I would like to hear the response of the government. If they are giving a positive, I would like to hear the response of the government, then the interruptions. Sir, one more thing. I request you to permit three more points to present. On the same day, the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs has stated, sir, the government has given certain assurances. They said they will take steps. I suggested the government should commit itself and say, shall be completed with a particular time. These are the amendments. You are giving an assurance. Tomorrow, after 2 months, you may not be there. Some other person will come. No, we will be coming. We will be coming. Again, he repeated, my government is going to be there. My government is going to be there. That also he repeated. Sir, later, there was a Gazette of India, sir, which was published, register number DLN 040007 2003-14. Extraordinary Part 2, Section 1, published by authority. Sir, in this, only one point I want to bring to this August House, sir. Sorry for taking more time, but I am forced. In this, sir, the Gazette of India Extraordinary, number 90, is regarding the Polavaram project, sir. The Polavaram 91.1. The Polavaram irrigation project is hereby declared to be a national project. 2. It is hereby declared that it is expedient in the public interest that the Union should take under its control the regulation and development of the Polavaram project for the purpose of irrigation. 3. The consent for Polavaram irrigation project shall be deemed to have been given by the successor state of Telangana. 4. The central government shall execute the project and obtain all requisite clearances, including environmental, forest, and rehabilitation and resettlement norms.
Thank you, Mr. Rao.
Sir, here, sir,
Rao garu. Rao garu.
Sir, sir, here my humble submission through you to the government, sir. These were all the assurances given by you. These were all the promises you made on the floor of the House. You have ridiculed the then Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Manmohan Singh ji, in a way. And you said that you are going to come to power. Repeatedly you said we are coming to power. And repeatedly you have promised the House that you are going to honor and complete all the commitments. Sir, in this regard, I want to remind to them, sir, already it was passed on 20th February, more than 2 years back, and as they said, they came back to power with absolute majority. Within 2-3 months, as Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji said that day, now they are in power. So I urge upon you, sir, to see that the government takes all necessary steps to implement all the provisions in the Act and promises made on the day of 20th February. And also, I urge upon the government through you, sir, to see that this Polavaram authority has been set up by the central government and the project to be executed by the central government without further delay, as promised, to be completed by 2018, sir. Sir, the people of Andhra Pradesh are very much in loss, sir. They are in anguish. And to develop the new capital, they really don't know, whoever may be in the power there, they really don't know how to mobilize the funds. They are not able to get what are all the projects which were promised in the Bifurcation Act. So, I urge upon once again the government through you, sir, to take serious note of all these things and honor only their promises and only their assurances and the acts of
Very good.
AP Reorganization Act 2014, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. The motion moved. Now Mr. Anand Bhaskar Apollo.
माननीय सह सभापति महोदय, चंद क्षणों के पहले माटी की खुशबू यहाँ तक महसूस हो रहा था। अकस्मात बारिश के वजह से जो खुशबू धरती के ऊपर पानी गिरने के वजह से निकलते आते हैं, वैसे ही इधर आंध्र प्रदेश में, उधर तेलंगाना में इस क्षण अकस्मात सहज गर्मी के साथ ही साथ ये पार्लियामेंट की बड़ी सभा राज्यसभा में क्या हो रहा है बोल के गर्मी बढ़ गया है। मगर कुछ ज्यादा गर्मी बढ़ने वाले नहीं है। जो विभाजित आंध्र प्रदेश में सोच चल रहा है उसके बारे में, वो आंध्रा की धरती की पुत्र, वहां की पैदाइश गोदावरी कृष्णा के बीच में उनकी गांव पड़ता है डॉक्टर केवीपी रामचंद्र राव जी का, वहां की पुत्र है। वहां पैदाइश हुए सो रामचंद्र राव जी थोड़ा बड़े होने के बाद, मेडिकल डॉक्टर बनने के बाद हैदराबाद उनकी आवास है। आंध्र प्रदेश उनकी क्षेत्र था, राजनीतिक क्षेत्र था। उसके साथ ही साथ रायलसीमा, वो भी उनकी निकट मित्र, जो इनको खुद आत्मा मानते थे। उनकी जिला कड़पा जिला से उन्होंने राजनीति का हमारी पार्टी में प्रतिनिधित्व करते थे। उनकी मांग में हम ज्यादा विवाद बनाने का जरूरत नहीं है। उसके साथ ही साथ जो जरूरी बातें हैं हम आपके सामने, आपके द्वारा केंद्र सरकार के सामने रखने का जरूरी भी मैं मानता हूं। रेस्पेक्टेड सर, Honorable Congress President, UPA Chairperson, Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, with her motherly magnanimity, not only understood and respected the emotional sacrifices of younger generation and 60 long years of aspiration and awaiting, but also respected the sentiments, deepened division, and the failing participative democracy in the then state of United Andhra Pradesh. Her concern, her magnanimity enabled the 29th state in the Indian Republic, that is Telangana. We are just emotionally satisfied from Telangana. We honor our brethren, we respect and love our brethren of Andhra Pradesh. Incidentally, after bifurcation, there was a draw of lots in the upper house to decide the membership of the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Those were got elected from the then United Andhra Pradesh. The dichotomy is like such that the son of Andhra got allotted to Telangana. Dr. KVP Ramchandra Rao is representing Telangana now. And the son of Telangana, who born on the banks of the Pranahita of the Godavari in the Adilabad district, Dr. Kanchala Keshav Rao, who is also member now here in the house, the tooth and nail activist and the proponent of the Telangana movement, has got allotted to Andhra Pradesh. By we respect each other. Only one contention from Dr. Rao's proposal, though this is the private in nature, having the larger ramifications, let us not hope any type of council to adjudicate between us. Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are equally competent. चंद महीनों के पहले पंत प्रधान आंध्र राजधानी बनने वाली नया राजधानी अमरावती के तरफ चले थे। आंध्र प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री बहुत डायनेमिक मानते हैं उनका खुद का खुद नारा चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी के आह्वान से। हमारी तेलंगाना मुख्यमंत्री भी आंध्र भाइयों को बहनों को सम्मान देने के लिए Oh, great. I respect. I have the same respect and love towards.
I humbly am withdrawing the demand from
That first point has been withdrawn.
Thank
Even before the consideration of the union government. This is a magnanimity and brotherhood of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. That's how we live together. We are living together. चंद महीनों के पहले पंत प्रधान के आह्वान से, मुख्यमंत्री के आह्वान से पंत प्रधान भी चले, हमारे तेलंगाना मुख्यमंत्री भी चले और आंध्र प्रदेश मुख्यमंत्री की वो गोष्ठी में वो शंकुस्थापना की अवसर पर पंत प्रधान के तरफ सबका नजर था। मगर पंत प्रधान इसके पहले हमारे पूर्वजों के समय में हम देखते थे कहीं संत योगी मुनि पुंगव कोई आए तो उनके साथ एक कमंडल आते थे, उनके साथ थोड़ी धरती के खुशबू जैसी विभूति भी आते थे। ऐसे पंत प्रधान अमरावती पहुंच के क्या किया, एक कमंडल में यमुना की पानी, मैं समझता हूं वो भी बहुत कलुषित है, वो यमुना की पानी लेकर के गए, उसके साथ ही साथ दिल्ली की माटी भी लेकर के गए एक पन्नी में। वो देख के इतना हैरान हो गया, उनकी स्पेशल हवाई जहाज उड़ने के पहले ही वो आंध्र इलाका में पूरा कितना गड़बड़ शुरू हो गया, हम बोल भी नहीं सकते। हम वादे बहुत करते हैं, निभाते नहीं। आंध्रा की गरिमा, आंध्रा की दुख को समझने के लिए कोशिश करो। आंध्रा कुछ भी नहीं मांग रहा है, सिर्फ जो प्रावधान था, जो प्रावधान आप संविधान को बदलने का जरूरत नहीं है उसको, और कुछ भी नहीं, सिर्फ आपकी साधिकारिता के आपकी अधिकार के अंदर ही सिर्फ जो मांग देने का है। विभाजन के पहले जो आंध्र प्रदेश था उसका जो रेवेन्यू सिस्टम है, जो साधना संपत्ति मिलते थे, उसका दूसरी बात है। विभाजन के बाद आंध्र प्रदेश का हाल तो थोड़ा आर्थिक स्थिति में थोड़ा गंभीर ही बन गया, इसीलिए वो लोगों के तरफ स्पेशल कैटेगरी लुक देना चाहिए बोल के हम खुद मानते आ रहे हैं। इसीलिए हमारी सोनिया जी गांधी खुद कई बार आज के दिन के अवसर में भी उन्होंने खुद इन राइटिंग जो विनती करना है केंद्र सरकार के तरफ करके रहे हैं। उसके साथ ही साथ पार्लियामेंट में मांग भी किया, उसके बाद हमारे कांग्रेस उपाध्यक्ष भी मांग जारी रखा। ये इतना जारी होने के बाद विभाजित आंध्र प्रदेश का मान इतना है, वो जनता के मन में इतना डीप हो गए, उसके बारे में सोचने के लिए आपको ज्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होने वाला है। लाखों करोड़ रुपया कोई मांग रही नहीं, सिर्फ नई राजधानी बनाने का है। वहां की संकट आर्थिक स्थिति में आप समझ लीजिए, आपके द्वारा जो जो मुद्दे हैं वो आंकड़ा ले लेके जो जो कमियां दिख रहे उसके तरफ आप ध्यान देने के लिए, स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस देने के लिए अभी देर मत लगाना। वो विनती के साथ तेलंगाना में बहुत सारे मुद्दे हैं। तेलंगाना बनते बनते तेलंगाना सिर्फ सोनिया जी गांधी का योगदान है, उन्होंने इतना देने के बाद तेलंगाना के द्वारा, तेलंगाना के तरफ से आंध्र प्रदेश के तरफ कितना भाईचारा बना रखना है, वो नदी जल के विषय में भी हो और जो भी सहज संपदा के विषय में भी हो, हमेशा तेलंगाना सावधान दृष्टि से ही चल रहे। मगर आंध्र प्रदेश से इतना प्यार तो नहीं मिल रहा है, ये भी हासिल करना चाहिए। आपस में हम भाईचारा रखना चाहिए, आगे चलना चाहिए। इसके लिए केंद्र सरकार का जिम्मेदारी बहुत है। उसके लिए आप तैयार होने का मौका आ गया। ये प्रत्येक अवसर पर डॉक्टर राव साहब का जो प्रस्तावित अंश है उसके ऊपर केंद्र सरकार का बहुत जरूरी नजर लगना बहुत जरूरी है। ये विनंती के साथ मैं उनके मांग के तरफ ही हूं, उनके साथ वो आंध्र प्रदेश का जो जिम्मेदारी जो सोच है, जो दुख है, वो दुख को दूर करने के लिए हम हमेशा उनके साथ रहेंगे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Dr. Keshav Rao.
Very good. Sir, thank you very much, sir. You know, I want the Home Minister also to know, the irony of the entire case is, the man who has, as he says, a protagonist are one, जिनकी सांस हो, जिनकी ज़मीन हो, जिनकी घर हो, जिनकी माँ हो, जिनकी बाप तेलंगाना है, जो मैंने कांग्रेस के CW छोड़ के तेलंगाना के लिए फाइट करें, वो आंध्रा में है, जो आंध्रा के लिए स्टैचू बन के, रोमन स्टैचू बन के सामने खड़ा हो गया, 10 दिन वो आदमी तेलंगाना को गया. Now this kind of a incongruities had crept in into the thing. Author of the bill is here, Mr. Ramesh. He has spent a lot of time with us. We looked into this. We did our best. Here, sir.
4 minutes extra. We started 4 minutes late, so it will be till 5:04.
So, sir, we had tried our best. Now today there are 2 states. I would not get into the dispute. All those who were opposed, including my great friend Subram Reddy, or Ramchandra Rao, or Sheelam, anyhow could not get it, had been defeated, not because of the thing, but we got it because it was justice that we wanted it. It is after 50 years of fight we could get it. We are just not bothered to say that we are all one because we have never fought against them. हम लोग किसी आदमी के अगेंस्ट नहीं थे, जो आदमियों को एक्सप्लॉइट करने आए उनके अगेंस्ट थे. सही बात है कि हमें 50 साल हुआ है हमारे लड़ाई के लिए, हम 50 साल के लिए फेरा नहीं करते. अब मैं उसमें नहीं जाता हूँ, लेकिन जो बिल बताएं आप रामचंद्र राव साहब ने पढ़ के सुनाया, वो तो था हमारे पास ही. अब उनका एक है कि उन्होंने बताया कि जिस दिन एक्ट पास हुआ था, बिल पास हुआ था, आप लोगों ने बहुत से प्रॉमिसें की हैं. प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी उठ के प्रॉमिस किया. अपोजिशन में जो जब थे मिस्टर वेंकैया नायडू, जो उससे पहले ही, और रमेश साहब थे, मिनिस्टर साहब थे, वो हमसे लगातार हर मिनट में 10 मरतबा बात करना हुआ, कमलनाथन बात करें, सब करने के बाद, सब हमारे एश्योरेंस देने के बाद हमने उसे पास किया, उस बिल को पास किया. आज रामचंद्र राव साहब की बात यह है कि उस पास में जो थोड़े प्रॉमिसेस किए, नॉट इन द एक्ट प्लीज, लेट मी कम टू द एक्ट लेटर. फ्यू ऑफ द प्रॉमिसेस यू मेड अबाउट द पैकेजेस, अबाउट द डेफिसिट फाइनेंसिंग, सरप्लस फाइनेंस नहीं था, उसके लिए स्पेशल कैटेगरी, ये 4 चीज़ें थे जिन्होंने आप प्रॉमिस किए थे आफ्टर द बिल, बिल के बाद. उसको आप पूरा करना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि आज आंध्रा थोड़ी तकलीफ़ों में है. सरप्लस हमारे पास है, लेकिन ये नहीं कि हर वक्त सेंटर आए. कल की मैं बताता हूँ, सबसे बड़ी हिस्टोरिक चीज़ हुई है, नकवी साहब जानना चाहिए, आपके होम मिनिस्टर जानना चाहिए. हमने 3 मरतबा आपके पास आके पूछा कि क्या करेंगे कृष्णा और गोदावरी डिस्प्यूट का. हमें आपके पास उतना सपोर्ट नहीं मिला. प्राइम मिनिस्टर हर वक्त हमको सपोर्ट करते आए, बोले कि ज़रूर करेंगे, लेकिन कुछ नहीं हुआ. तो हमने सोचा, क्योंकि मैं वहाँ का सेक्रेटरी जनरल हूँ पार्टी का, रूलिंग पार्टी हो, या मैं उस पार्टी का एक चेयरमैन हुआ.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Sir, time for private member bill is over. Thank you very much.
You should have told me. This is not the correct payment, sir.
No.
You should have told me I am not giving. I would have sat down, sir. This is what happened 50 years for me.
It should be over by...
I know it, Mr. Chairman, sir.
It should be over by 5 o'clock.
This is what exact disgrace we are put to. You could have suddenly told me.
Speech will continue. You will have your speech next. You can continue in the next. The next private member bill day, you can continue. I know. He also knows that.
Thank you
He also knows that. No, private member bill time cannot be extended. So, you can continue that in the next private member bill day. Now, special mentions, Sri Palwai Govardhan Reddy.
Sir, concern over, Chairman, sir, is a very serious problem. Concern over exclusion of thousands of children from rehabilitation process at Polavaram Dam, sir. Any rehabilitation and resettlement issue should be pursued with human touch and magnanimity, has to be shown towards such people as they are leaving everything and belongs to them and goes to a new place with empty hands. Even if one looks at rehabilitation and resettlement policy of Government of India, it is very clear that affected people, whether they have any assets or not, are eligible as project affected persons when they are displaced directly or indirectly due to any project. Government of India declared Polavaram as the national project, resulting in the largest ever displacement in the country by Polavaram Dam. Thus far, nearly 1 lakh people have either been evicted from their villages or given notice of eviction or had their land acquired for Polavaram Dam. Roughly 20,000 children are thus project affected persons, and shockingly, the Government of India has not identified them as PAPs. And thus,
Please.
only 1 minute, sir.
You please go ahead.
It turned to serious discrimination, violation of human rights, and cruelty on children. It means you are not treating children as humans because you are not giving them R&R. A number of representations have been given to Government of India to undo this injustice to children. Children suffer the most by evictions and displacement. Therefore, government should treat every child who is above 5 years of age as PAPs at Polavaram Dam immediately, and compensation and other benefits be extended to them at par with the elders. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. You already laid it down. Srimati Bisla Kashyap, not present. Sri Anubhav Mohanty, not present. Srimati Rajani Patil, not present. Chaudhary Munawar Singh Salim, not present. Sri Keshi Tyagi, not present. Dr. Sanjay Singh, not present. Sri Santyus Kujur, not present. Srimati Renuga Chaudhary, not present. Sri Balagopal, not present. Sri P.L. Punia, not present. Srimati Jardana Das, Vaidya, not present. Sri Avinash Pandey, not present. A message from Lok Sabha.
I beg to report that the Lok Sabha, at its sitting held on the 11th of March 2016, had agreed to the amendments made by the Rajya Sabha to the Carriage by Air Amendment Bill 2016 and the High Court and Supreme Court Judges' Salaries and Conditions of Service Amendment Bill 2016, passed by the Rajya Sabha at its sitting held on 2nd of March 2016.
The House stands adjourned till 11 a.m. on Monday, the 14th March 2016.